Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore. I'm so excited to talk to XanamayX is here live. XanamayX, how are you doing?
Muted.
I needed to unmute. I'm good. Thank you for having me here.
Oh man, I'm getting already in trouble for having you on this show. Do you see it already? They're just like, Andy, don't get involved in the drama. Don't get involved in the drama. Well, I thank you for being here. Welcome to the show. We're gonna have a nice, calm conversation about all this. Safe place to really open up, and XanamayX is fine with callers if anybody wants to present something that I'm aware of. Let me set up what we're doing here. Lewis is also here with me. What's up, my man, Lewis?
Well, I think it's a good thing here because people are like, why is XanamayX on? And I'm like, they're usually saying, why is Lewis on? So XanamayX, thanks for taking that kind of negativity away from my back because
exactly.
This audience, man. I'm just kidding.
Let me set the tone here, all right? And I'm going to surprise probably some of you guys. I'm not here to hate on Ryan Upchurch. I don't like what the guy said about Kylie Rodney being fake. And I find it very odd that he keeps pretending like he didn't say that and then keeps coming back to the Ronnie XanamayX Mel thing. To me, that just, for my opinion, it just proves he's spinning his wheels with the same sort of thing. And a lot of people are saying, well, he's committed. Okay, great. He's committed to the theory. I don't buy the theory personally. I think it's just a little too much. Everyone's having a right to their theory. I just feel like it's getting a little too intense out there. And to Ryan, like, dude, why? What if you're wrong? Like, what if you guys are wrong? These are people. I know it could Mel. I'm very confident he's not involved in this. And actually, it turns out I realized I've spoken to XanamayX before, and I forgot XanamayX. And I want to make sure I show all of our. Why can't I see you here? Did she? Oh, here we go. Sorry, I had the wrong box on. Here, let me make sure I can see you both. Sorry, bear with me, guys. This is. I have to share my window first, and then all right. Now we go. There we go. Now I can see you both. XanamayX, I forgot we actually had spoken before. You're actually a subscriber and fan of this channel, correct?
Yeah, for way over a year now.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, even subscribes to Nerd Report, guys.
Damn, that's just reaching.
But XanamayX, when I went back and I checked our messages, and I apologize for forgetting the connection. You reached back to me way back about Ukraine when all the stuff hit the fan. You were out there trying to help get your family out, or get your family out, and some others, and you'd reached out for support. We had connected at that point, and I saw you had done a lot of work to actually get your family out during the war, and you were helping other refugee family members, etc. You were doing a lot of good work. So I just want to set that up before any of this nonsense or drama happened. You were doing a lot. Can you tell us a little bit about the background? Because a lot of people just want to focus on what Ryan's saying and not actually at who you are. So can you give us a little bit about the background of you, your experience, etc.?
Yeah. So I guess I should start with the Ukrainian thing. I am from Odessa, Ukraine, and I've been in America since 2000. So it was like for way over 20 years. I served in the military for 19 years now. I have one more year left to retire from National Guard. I was active duty for 10 of those years. I left to get my master's degree, and that's why I really wanted to stay in, but I couldn't do active and do master's degree program. And then National Guard, then I got a job. I actually do work for NASA. I'm emergency manager for NASA, and all the information is already out there. And I have Ukrainian family. So my Ukrainian family, they were in distraught, and a lot of stuff happened. So I had to go and get them from Ukraine, but I didn't go actually into Ukraine. I went to Romania at first, and then we're trying to see how we can get them into America, which is extremely hard. So from Romania, we went to Germany, stayed with my friend in Germany. I left them in Germany, flew back to California. Then I drove from California to Mexican border in Tijuana, and I flew them to Mexico. So, and then they went legal route. They are here on a humanitarian parole visa. They have a good stamp, and
good.
So hopefully they're gonna try to build their life here. So that's me in a nutshell.
Yeah, and so I heard you did the Coast Guard. So you served.
No, it's Army. It's a U.S. Army.
Oh, you said Army. So so you've served. You're in the U.S. You served in the U.S. Army. So you're when did you serve?
I'm still in the National Guard, but I was on active duty for 10 years.
So you're a veteran that we're also attacking. Just so I'm clear.
I'm a combat veteran of two
Cool.
wars, Iraq and Afghanistan.
Cool. So yeah, let's just keep that in mind as everyone keeps telling me she's sus Andy Beast, because we're gonna get to it all. I just want to have a actual conversation with Anime instead of things. The other thing, Lewis, you asked her a very fair question. I think can you ask it again? Because I think it's really important for people to understand who are calling her sus. That there may be a reason some people are saying that. Go ahead, Lewis.
Well, with all due respect to Anime and everyone who does have an accent, including myself, I do believe you being from the Ukraine and you may have, there's a language barrier. And I do believe from my observation, because I have been watching you a little bit, is sometimes your thoughts come across and they're translated in the wrong way. It's not really what you're trying to say. And with all due respect, I want to ask you the question, how many languages do you speak? And do you feel like sometimes maybe that's the case, that you are not able to find the correct word in English, that you're thinking maybe in Ukraine thought or something that you're trying to put across?
I speak 4 languages. I speak
4?
Russian, Ukrainian, 4 languages, Russian, Ukrainian, German, and English. Okay. English is my 3rd language that I speak, and German language, I learned it while I was in Germany.
Wow. I can barely speak English.
I can only, me too, speak one. But because I think there were some things you've said, and we're going to get to them, guys. In fact, chat, my God, chat. I'm being respectful. We have a guest here. Can we just all take a breath and hear someone out? The whole point of my channel is to hear all sides, okay? Ryan's put his side out all over the place. You can go hear his side. He's not hiding that side, right? Because Anime hasn't really tried to explain a lot, and I don't blame you, given how aggressive these people are. As Anime has not told me to ask, it's not like she's told me I can ask whatever. We've both agreed we're just not going to let Ryan call in today because I don't want to deal with him. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to do that. But I'm going to open up the phone lines, and I want to go through the story, and I want to hear what you guys have questions, because I want to give her an opportunity. Because to me, I tend to push people to all right, well, let's ask the tough questions. Are you afraid of any of the tough questions? And she told me she's not. So let's hear it all out, guys. Let's put the story out, and let's give her a chance to share her side. She reached out to me, and I through our background and her support, I'm going to give it to her. So please, everybody, can we be respectful? Because I don't like that we're not being respectful. Let's hear her out, okay? So Zanime, I want to get to this. So all this drama sort of started.
I apologize, man. Listen, the reason people migrate to the United States is because you're fucking. Sorry, Andy. One of the reasons is you're innocent until proven guilty. Okay, that's why my family came in several generations ago. That's why there's people dying in every border trying to risk their life to come here. Okay, so respect that, of the greatness that is the United States. That someone would go from a foreign country and join the army right away. Thing I don't have the balls to do. Okay, so look, I don't know Zanime. First time I meet her. Okay. Maybe guilty, maybe not. But I want to hear what she has to say. Why are you scared of the other side?
Thank you, Lewis.
Ryan's and Zanime.
Thank you.
Let's hear that. This is what America
is. It's unreal.
If you don't like it, all right? Go to Russia. Unreal. Go to those fucking countries, man.
What country are we in, Ryan?
Christ.
Exactly. Ryan, and I'm speaking to Ryan. Are we not in America? Is there not due process? We're innocent until proven guilty? Because from everything I've seen, you have all labeled this person guilty. We're already talking to this person, and they're we can't even hear her out. Well, guys, you look crazy. You all look crazy. Take a breath, I asked. Let's hear it. Now, like Lewis said, Zanime, I don't know you. I'm not saying you. I don't know, but I want to ask the questions. Let's get to it. So, all right. So this all started. Can you? And I'm ignorant. Lewis is more into this case, and thank you for being here, Lewis. But we've covered enough, and I know you really got involved with Tony's stream, where there was this character named Ronnie, right? That came on, and am I correct? And this really started when you were on a stream with Ryan and Tony, and you started asking questions, or seemingly against what Ryan was doing, to sort of ask more about Ronnie and sort of defend Ronnie. Is that where sort of things started to go south for you?
Yes, exactly.
So can you tell it? I'd like to hear your side of this. What happened in that web stream with Ryan and everybody and Tony? Why were you humoring and trying to hear out Ronnie?
So I heard there's quite a few people going around and saying that Ronnie's not real or anything. And I've never met Ronnie. I've never, at the time, I'd never spoken to him. And so basically I said no. I was actually watching the stream, and I'm a big fan of Mel, Mel, And so I was watching the stream when this guy actually called in, and I was like, oh, well, this is pretty insightful. So I wasn't doing a blaming game or anything. And in all the chats and everything. So we're like, okay, well, we believe him. We truly believe Mel. And I was okay, well, Ronnie's real. So I defended. And then he ended up actually being a real guy. I defended him because he's been going his name's been dragged through the mud on a YouTube, and his wife and everybody is just extremely distraught, and they've been doxxed and everything. So I don't know the guy. I've never personally met him, but I just wanted to defend this person that is being getting attacked and abused, and this is what I get.
Right. Somebody asked, why defend a stranger? I mean, I would ask the same thing. Why are you so aggressively, choosing that the stranger is guilty? I mean, look, to be fair, I don't know Ronnie either. I don't know how involved Ronnie could have been. Let's be clear, right? But it sounds like from your perspective, you were seeing a pile on without like a clear evidence, just some suspicion, right? And you decided to well, let's hear this guy out, which is honestly what the country's supposed to be built on, is giving everybody the opportunity to defend themselves. Is that what happened?
Yes. Another thing is that the reason I am defending a stranger is because I stand very strongly against harassment and bullying and cyberbullying. And I've been avid speaking against it because I did lose a friend, and my best friend actually had her best friend opt out in a bathtub a couple years ago. Sorry, like 2015. But see, that's the thing. And then they did it because of cyberbullying. So I've been extremely advocate for that. And when I heard this person is just a caller, just a fan of the show that has, I don't know if he does or not, but he said he doesn't have anything to do with the case. And that's why I try to stand up.
Right. Well, you gave them the benefit of the doubt, and some people didn't. Mm-hmm. And it's their right to not give them the benefit of the doubt. But what's frustrating is apparently you have no right to go the other direction. If we don't sort of agree with the logic that Ryan was going, you're wrong, you're guilty, you're involved in a cover-up. Let's just be very clear. That's where it all started. And it seemed like that was the motivation. Why are you defending this guy? I mean, I can, talking rationally, I can think of several reasons. Because you're a good person, you want to give people the benefit of the doubt. The stream, etc. What if they're all wrong, right? That's all valid things, and there we go. So you did that. And then did Ryan start doing the videos? Or I know there was a kayaking trip you did. We'll talk to that in a second. Was there anything else before the kayaking video? Or did it just become a pile-on? Was there anything else since that pile-on after Ryan called you out for defending Ronnie?
So for that first video, it's been a month. So for the first video, there's a kayaking video that I actually submitted to Ikemel Show, and because I went over there to volunteer. So let me start a story. I went over there because I needed a mental break, and that's what I do. I go kayaking with my dog. This is Hazmat right here. So I go kayaking with my dog, and I happen to be in the area, and I know what has been happening because I've been tracking with multiple channels that are my favorite channels. And I was like, okay, well, since I'm here, I wanted to go to this lake anyways, and let me volunteer. So I actually put in my volunteer efforts, like 300 plus people, to search for the missing 16-year-old girl within the area. So I drove around, I took some other footage, I stopped on the side of the highway, I actually took a tumble. By the way, I do want to clear up tumble. It's actually clumsiness, or because there's a thing going around that I took a tumble, so it's like, oh, well, did she roll down? It's like, no, tumble is just falling down clumsy. So I just want to clear that up. So I stopped on the side of the highway. There was a creek, and I wanted to get some footage of that creek. I don't know, like I feel like, why do I have to explain myself? Why do I have to explain every single move that I did during this trip that I wanted to do for my own mental health, and I wanted to volunteer?
What? So I guess let me push back because I don't want to seem like I'm just complete. So like, why did you decide to go? Like, some people are going to say, did you do it for clout? Is it because the thing was there? You were going to try and find something
specifically
what is
that area?
Yeah. What
Yes.
can you respond? Like, can you sense some like, well, maybe that was a bad idea. Like, are you even a true crime channel? Like, what was the reason you went to that spot?
So I had plans already to go there way before she disappeared. And since I was going to be there, I wanted to get some footage so I can submit it to one of few of my favorite shows, so that way they can see it from the ground and they can say like, oh, this is what the area looks like. Not from not because when you look at the area from Google Earth, it looks very small, but it's a lot larger than it really is. And I was like, okay, well, let me show it to you. And because I was volunteering already, and I was like, okay, well, let me take some footage to make sure everybody keeps track of everything that I did. And I wanted to help out as much as I could in my own tiny, tiny way.
To be clear, are you saying you volunteered to look for Kylie? Is that
Yes.
what you volunteered? Okay. And then I don't want to let people know where the hell you are, but is it far off the river where you were at from where she was found? Is that a big trip for you? Were you in the area maybe that time? Because it's kind of like I could picture people saying, oh, XanamayX lives in New York, and then she was over there in Truckee all of a sudden. I know you were planning the trip, but is that a big thing for you to travel to?
It's 3 hours away.
Okay.
It's 3 hours away from here. And then I actually spent a night with my friend in Sacramento for her very first cancer patient or cancer treatments. So on the 12th, I spent there, and it's about an hour and a half away from Sacramento.
And how did you because you said that you didn't, and I'm going to ask you, you said you already had the plan to go kayaking there, but before August the 6th, when Kylie disappeared, is that fair to say? Or do you just like the area, or how did you find about the area?
So Lake Tahoe area is very beautiful. Okay. And literally that lake is the only body of water I have not kayaked around that area.
So you're a kayaker. You love doing that. That's your thing.
I actually kayaked 200 miles in North Carolina from Lillington to Wilmington, or from Lillington to Wilmington.
All right. And one question that people keep asking, and I'm gonna is, did you kayak over the area where the car was found, or did they, from your knowledge?
I did not.
So you weren't even near there, or like?
I was on the same lake, but I never kayaked around that area where she was found.
And you know exactly where it's at, though, where she was found. Yeah.
Well, right now we do. Everybody does.
Okay. I mean, that's just like with people are asking about that. So I think you make it kind of clear, in my opinion. But opinions are like assholes.
But XanamayX, look, I'm here to support you. I just don't believe this theory that these 3 YouTubers are behind her death. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
No.
But what can you acknowledge that maybe it was? Do you understand why it looks sus? The fact that you sort of made that 3-hour trek there and do this, like I can understand why it sort of would maybe give people like did she need to go do that? Why is she defending Ronnie? Like, I understand why there's some questions about you, right? I mean, do you at least understand that too?
Yes, I do. It gets a little tricky. It's like a game of telephone. When you pass on a message, and by the time it gets to another person, it's a completely different message.
Right. And so look, you guys don't have to like her. She maybe, whether she did it for clout or not, I believe she was trying to do help. But we're all on here doing stuff for clout. If that's Ryan is, Lewis is, XanamayX is, I am, we're all doing it to, sell CDs or support our families or do whatever. That's what we are on YouTube for. That's what I want to get to next. Like, why are you on YouTube? What are your goals? Like, is YouTube a job for you?
No, I had 45 subscribers at the time, and I did not want to. I did not want to grow my YouTube channel whatsoever. I just wanted to put out some silly educational videos.
Do you regret sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Do you regret kayaking now?
I do.
Do you feel like you do?
I do. I feel. See, that's the thing. Thank you for asking. No one actually asked me how I truly feel about the whole situation. I do. I feel like 100% I regret going over there and actually camping out in my car. And now, knowing now what we know, it's why couldn't I have done more? That's the thing. It's like, why couldn't I have done more? Maybe there's something I could have done and then we would have found her that night and then actually called the police department. And it's devastating to me because I'm getting attacked. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, do you? So when you say we could have found her earlier, do you feel like you could have, like, they could barely see her too? They needed all that stuff. Like, do you think you were hoping to swim over her?
I don't know. No, I don't know. Like, I could have. Anyone would have trying to do more, wanted to do more, or why the divers did not find her. I felt like that's another reason why I felt safer to be on this lake, because that lake got searched by divers.
It's good. That's a true point. Yeah, it's a good point. But someone's asking me for you to clarify something, and we are getting, guys. Everybody, just relax and let's hear her out. She's getting an opportunity to speak. You had plans. You had said something about you already had plans to go there before she was missing, to record the area. Can you clarify what you mean to get the ground view? What did you mean by that?
Well, I had plans to go there before she was missing, so I can take a mental break, because this is my mental break, is going kayaking with my dog. Since I was going there, there was a lot of people on through the different crime channels. They were doing aerial views and Google Maps and everything. So I was like, well, might as well get the footage. Might as well just be on get my GoPro, get my phone, and show it from the ground perspective, like any other people did that actually live in Truckee or went to Truckee. And they submitted that footage, so that way channels like you guys and all the other ones can show that different footage from the ground.
But I was at you. I thought someone's saying they heard you, and that's why I'm just clarifying, because I don't want to do my due diligence. I want to do my due diligence here. You said before she was missing, you planned a trip to that specific spot. Is that what you meant?
Yes.
But so before she was missing, why did you choose that area? It was just convenient. It was ended up being conveniently ended up being where she was missing. Why were you choosing that spot?
Because it's a beautiful spot. It's a beautiful lake, and it's the only body of water I have not kayaked around Tahoe area.
Okay, just so I make it clear, because people are worried. Like, well, you just admitted you were going there beforehand. You were going to that spot, and that happened to be where Kylie was missing later.
It's a coincidence. Coincidences happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of maybe like, I could be walking around somewhere and someone goes, "Hey, look, it's Lewis from Nerd Report." It's just like people watch YouTube. The way I'm interpreting it. Question here: Have the authorities tried to talk to you?
No, none of the authorities contacted me.
Okay, so if you were part of the investigation or considered, I do believe the authorities would have been contacting you. Do you believe that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Also, there's this connection. People think, I haven't even looked at this. This is just one of many things, but does your niece know Kylie or somehow connected to Kylie? Is that something worth asking? No?
My 11-year-old niece that I rescued from Ukraine has zero connection to Kylie. She's actually never been around that area before either.
Okay. Do you watch? Yeah. Do you watch? I'm sorry, it's a nervous laugh I have. It's not like, but do you watch some of the drama that goes along YouTube with this case?
Yes, I watch and collect.
Oh, okay. Like Brainiac from Superman. Okay.
Yep. But obviously I'm a superwoman. That's the thing, is like going around, so I don't even sleep.
Does this motivate you to work to fight? harder for your side, or do you feel like sometimes you just like, I just want to log off and go away?
I do want to feel like I want to have the feeling of peace back, because this has not been bringing me peace whatsoever. But it's not just me, it's my family. But I want to mention that it's not just me getting attacked. It's anybody who's defending me. Anyone who's defending me, anyone who even mentions my name in the chat, and they're getting attacked, and they start getting doxxed as well. And there are so many people out there like starting all these YouTube channels because of this missing girl. And they're getting a lot of publicity. They're getting a lot of publicity, and if they mention even my name and start trashing me, they get a lot of traffic from other personnel.
Well, and let's be clear, because again, I don't know this case as well. I've admitted that, but you reached out to me specifically because it was getting out of hand. The threats, the things that Ryan posted another video today, or I guess it was yesterday, recently, calling you out again. And I guess I'm just like confused, still in the same things. He was going off because of the tumble, and that was now more evidence, which I don't know how that's good evidence. You misspoke. Look, and I'll be honest. I mean, there are things you're saying that I understand why people are like, huh, that's fishy. Why were you? It's convenient that you were going to that spot. I'm not going to ignore that. I understand why people are asking the questions. But yeah, I mean, you're here and you asked to come on and actually finally speak about this because you know the channel. You know we're not going to just be completely mean and sandbag you here. We like to be respectful of our guests. But you're troubled because the actions against Ryan and the Creek Squad have gotten very aggressive. Can you elaborate on what's happening?
So in the video, do you remember that Tony, when I was on the channel, on his channel and everything?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a rhetoric that's going around that I'm not defending Tony whatsoever. I don't want to like mention anything else, but there's a rhetoric going around that he does something. Can I say the P word here?
Yeah. Well, you guys know what that. No, you can't. But the P word involving children. Yes. Let's. Yes. The underground pizza parlor type of activity.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
you can do.
And then I guess there are people out there start connecting my small business. It's called This Crafty Place, and I'm not here to promote it whatsoever. They start saying that I'm covering up a lot of P stuff, and the business that I have is my family business, so they can have a job, so they can create something, and that it's connecting to my personal life. Does it make sense?
Yeah, you're saying they're coming after your business, and I mean, being accused of the P word is a pretty extreme thing, and they were doing that to Ikamel as well, and there was no proof of it. He literally, I think, did an anagram. I mean, guys, the guys who are out there supporting Ryan, you did watch the video where you literally, and Ryan, I hope you clipped this one too. You literally made an anagram of his name as if that was proof that that's what he does. I mean, like that stretch didn't hurt you a little bit? Like that was insane. And it's tough to take you seriously when you're doing things like that, because it's like you just jump to that immediately because the name went that way. It's wild. So he's very quick to throw out that accusation, and that makes me very, as an American who likes, freedom, due process, it really bothers me when someone now is suddenly instantly, well, then you must be that person. So I understand why that could be the thing, the final straw that broke your back. That based on what proof? What proof are they trying to say brought them there?
There isn't. Okay, so I think the video, the way it goes is, because I had my screen up on Tony's panel because we were talking about, I don't even remember what right now. I need to go back and relook at it. And it was my screen, and my tabs at the top has my business tabs. And they're saying it was his screen that was up. And then, so they went into this Crafty Place Instagram page, and they looked at who followed this Crafty Place, which is not even from the Instagram page. It's from actually TikTok. The way they're scrolling it down is actually from my business TikTok. yeah, it's so the thing is it has my mom's name out there. It has my full name. I don't mind it because I was trying to build a reputation on my full name, on my credibility. And but 11-year-old is getting doxxed. My cousin, her mother is getting made fun of and saying that they need to go back to Ukraine. My mother is getting threats. My own mother is getting threats. I don't care. They can come at me because all I'm gonna do is collect evidence.
Well, look, no one should be doing that, and it's scary behavior on either side. It's just never right to being out there tagging kids. Like, even if you were, I don't know, just I feel like keep the kid, your niece, etc., out of it. The fact that people are doing that is disgusting. Is Ryan specifically though, like, do you sense that he's really instigating that? Just so I'm clear, or is this just the fan base doing it on their own accord? Has there been any examples of him actively like telling them to research you and look you up and bother you?
There have been some comments.
Like he's made comments. You sent me some stuff. Like he's made comments on streams and stuff. Like some subtle little things throughout that you were showing me. Can you elaborate?
I can see which ones. Okay, so basically, saying that go get him, or Creek Squad go get him, or we're not done yet, or
now these are just so we're clear, because I don't want him to miss. I don't want you to. Is Ryan saying that specifically, or is it just his commenters doing it?
His commenters doing it as well. I can pull some up for you.
I see him. This commenter, Creek Squad's. Sorry, I can't show you. She sent me a Creek Squad's going to get your ass, lady.
Yeah, there you go.
Stuff like that. So, but I guess it's just like, I don't. He's creating such a sinister picture based on a video, which I was going to try to watch one because I'd like to watch his theory with you to hear your side of it. I also see a lot of you. There's a lot of questions that they want to ask you that I want to make sure we address. And I'm getting a lot of comments from people supporting you and some who you think you're sus. To me, like, I feel like the answer's in the middle. You probably did some sus stuff. I don't think you did what he thinks you did. I mean, Lewis, can you even figure like what is Ryan trying to accuse her of? Like that her, Ikamel, and Ronnie are the ones who like murdered Kylie? Is that and chat? Is that the theory here?
I don't know, man, but I wish Ryan would call the authorities to get XanamayX if that's the problem, because he's not really doing much going on YouTube. I mean, unless there's nothing there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. There's nothing there.
Exactly. So according to her, there's nothing there. If you really feel passionate about someone committing such an atrocity, because this was awful. What happened? 16-year-old. Making YouTube videos does not solve the case. Maybe I'm old-fashioned, but that doesn't solve it. It brings views, but that doesn't really solve the case. So I'm gonna speak as a neutral party. If you believe somebody is guilty, call that 911 and go and present your evidence and let's go, you know? But XanamayX right here is saying there's not gonna be anything there. So
there isn't. There's going to be nothing there. The authorities would have already contacted me by now. And I'm not guilty of any crime.
Well, that's interesting. The authorities haven't spoken to you.
No.
That's interesting because from the limited research we have spoken to people, the authorities feel have some directions, clearly. So I guess that's what's frustrating me of like, yeah, I mean, unless you're lying to us, if they haven't really asked you any questions, that's very telling to me. What is your opinion of Tony and the show there that he was doing with you? Are you a supporter of him? Have you been frustrated with him? Do you have any comment on that?
I don't like Tony. I don't like the fact that he mistreated a panelist that he asked to come on 4 times.
Fair.
And
I mean,
yeah,
the thing I remember about Tony, he's the one who had what's her name on the Sammy, right? And just
Yes.
completely gushed over Sammy. And didn't ask a single question
He
or
was
let
in
her
love.
talk. He was like simping over Sammy. Like, I understand the frustration of Tony, but why is Tony not getting as much like attention as you? Do you wonder that? Like, is Tony
he
like
is now, but I'll take
he is now, okay,
Zanime. He is now, right, Zanime?
yeah, I was like, it seemed like Ryan was being very friendly with Tony since Tony was humoring him, but I guess that the tables have turned. Go ahead.
Because I'm a woman, maybe because I actually stood up for what is right. I stood up for the truth. And Tony's got some sketchy people on his late night show. Yeah, I honestly, I don't know. And if he can take all this heat from me, then please take it.
All right. Are you comfortable with us? Because I look, I like I've said, I'm ignorant on all this. I think the theory that you guys are involved in this is just wild. I think it's too wild. That said, you know, look, I've had a lot of experience with YouTubers and people sometimes do stupid things or try to, you know, connect themselves into things maybe when they shouldn't have. Were you trying to connect to this case to get clout? I guess I just want to flat out ask you, was that a goal of yours to try to up your cred or get some attention out of this case and get involved?
No, not whatsoever. Because I didn't want it to be famous for another case or anything, or to get it out there. So I just did it because I was a fan of a show.
Fan of her show, of what show?
Naked Male show.
Okay, so Icamel show you, and then when did you start following the case? Like it was because Icamel was covering it?
Yeah, well, because he started covering it, and there's a couple others start covering it that I'm actually a member of. And that's why I just started following the case as well. And just like anybody else, just like any follower that is curious about any type of cases. And
So
I'm a commenter. I send super chats. I call in once in a while. And just like I called in on your show before, I called in. It was during Astroworld, I believe. When you were covering the Astroworld, the
Travis
whole
Scott
crowd
stuff.
and everything. Yeah, so I called in on Mel's show quite a while, and I'm part of the community. And what is wrong with that? What is wrong of having a fan?
Well, nothing's wrong being a fan. And again, I guess what I'm just trying to figure out is if you were attempting to make more. And again, because I don't know. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to have a conversation. I'm not even reading the comments anymore. Because I'm trying to get a sense of it, because I don't know if it's a language thing or anything. But like, it's okay to like admit, yeah, all right, maybe I was trying to get a little bit more cred. But you're not even saying that's true. You were just covering it and you got stumbled in. So even that theory is unfair. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, I wouldn't say it's unfair. It's pretty fair, and everybody's trying to get a little bit recognition here and there, right? And I am trying to build my business, but I wasn't trying to do it this way. And I just wanted to be part of the community. I was like, oh, maybe I wanted to get out there. Maybe I can create something. Maybe I can do TikTok or YouTube or Instagram, and then try to do something else besides my work, so I can help out my family. But I don't.
I mean, that's an honest answer. As someone who's hiding it wouldn't have admitted that right now. I got to be honest. And you're being honest. I believe you're being genuine in that. Like, that's the right answer. I mean, Ryan's looking for clout. We're all looking for clout in a way. So yeah, you're acknowledging at least that you were out there trying to support your family and see what happens. I appreciate you admitting that. I mean, go ahead. Was there something else you were going to add to that?
No, not at all.
Well, I wanted to also ask you, because people in this community are like, some of them are just barely finding out about it. But do you care to explain about the Spanish party that was near I don't even know what that is really, but what was the beautiful Spanish party? I remember that quote and stuff. What was that about?
So it's a screen capture from an iPhone from a Snapchat.
Mhm.
So what happened, once I found out about this case, what I did, I went on Snapchat Maps, and I zoomed in around this area and then clicked, there's a little blue dot over there, and then clicked to see if there's any videos or videos of the party or anything else. So that's all it is. And the reason I did not release it because it had a person's name at the top, full first and last name, and I didn't feel right for me to actually release it because that's their personal information.
And what was the other? I had another question. Damn, it sucks being old. I forget the questions, but it's a good one, I think, and I'll remember it in a little bit. But
Well, I have a question.
Yeah.
Our own Linda has been following this case, and she wanted to ask a specific question. And so Ryan has a video debunking your date, time, location ping in your kayak video. Why did you edit it? Why the edits?
I did not edit. The time that he said, it was like, I think it was 13:50 or 5:50 or something. I don't remember exact time, but if you actually go to the video at 5:17, you can actually see exact location because there's 2 different timestamps. So no, he did not debunk it, and no, the video is still up there, and I did not edit it.
Okay, Linda or anybody else, if there's a follow-up to that, let me know. But there we go. She answered that question. Go ahead, Lewis.
You were in there with Creepy Tony a couple times before the shit hit the fan. But do you know why he? Because I'm curious, and people are asking, how did he get in touch with Sammy? Like, he seems to be the only one that interviewed her. And I gotta say, just on a side note, he did an awful job. He'd ask a question and then interrupt her in the middle, and then looked like borderline flirtatious, and the girl looked annoyed. And I think that's where all the theories started, where she's sus because he kept putting words in her mouth. But the question is, do you know how he got in touch with her?
I do not. I did ask him that before, and he's like, "Oh, just this and this and that," but he did not actually say
vague.
how he got. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to open up the Zoom chat. But I have a couple rules. You're allowed to ask a question as long as you're being respectful. Okay. Let's be respectful to our guest. If I sense you're not being respectful, you will be out of here. So I've just put the Zoom link in, mods. If anybody's in there, I will be monitoring, and I don't want any meanness to XanamayX. She's giving information. And hey, XanamayX, some would say what you're doing is dangerous, right? You could be giving out a new answer that's going to expose it and tell everybody that Ryan is right. Are you worried about that? Like, why are you putting yourself online to, give them more ammo potentially?
Because I have nothing to do with the case. And that's why I want this to stop. Not just for me, for everybody else. This community, this whole thing is getting broken apart. There are a lot of YouTubers are out there that are getting hurt as well.
Moving forward, you have to use your own appearance in your YouTube channels. Do you feel your YouTube career is destroyed now?
No.
Okay.
No, because I can take all of that ammo and all of the sashes and use it for something really good.
Redirect negative energy and push
Exactly.
it to positive. Very Aikido of you. Aikido and martial art-ish of you.
All right, I've just made sure. Sorry, the Zoom link is out. If anybody has questions they want to ask XanamayX, the door, it's open. So everybody who's complaining at me saying, Andy, it's there. So quit complaining, step up and ask the questions. Let's see what she says. All right, we have AJ on the phone. Let's see. In fact, I'm going to lock you to both in just in case we get a wacko. Won't see them. Okay, great.
Yeah, no helicopter.
No helicoptering today. AJ Glam, I know isn't going to do that, but let's see what happens here. While we're waiting for AJ to get sorted out, anonymous tip. Thank you. I'll get to thank you always for your support. Ryan likes to ding us because we ask for support in these channels, but that's because this is my job. It does take a lot of time, and I've built a community. I've been in the online business for a long time, making content here, and that's what I do, Ryan. And yeah, I take super chats, and I'm not going to let you or anybody else shame me for getting paid for doing my job, which is to have a live stream every day. We don't just talk about this case; we talk about all sorts of news. So thanks to you guys, and if you guys support as the show works, I will always get to all of your chats before the end of the show. So if you want to get a question out that way, you don't want to call in, you can send it over, and I'll read it out loud as long as it's respectful. Anonymous asked the first, thank you for your service. I've got a couple questions if that's all right. How do you know Tony, and why did he invite you onto the show in the first place? Do you all know each other prior? And do you know if he knows Sammy prior or her family? Does he live there? So I guess first up, how did you know Tony?
I was wide awake at 2:30 in the morning during that camping trip. And I was like, okay, well, it's really cold out there. So I woke up and I'm waiting for the car to warm up. So I was like, well, let's see what the nighttime YouTube community is doing. And the reason, well, I saw Tony is live and they're talking about different stuff and different agencies involved. And I knew, well, I kind of heard about Tony because of the Sammy's interview. And no, I do not know how he got in contact with her. So, and that's why I was like, oh, okay, well, let me call in and kind of set something straight because they're talking about the Homeland Security involvement. And the reason Homeland Security gets involved is because it was multiple jurisdiction. It was a federal and a state jurisdiction area. So, and then they needed different either finances or this little buffer, and the Homeland Security is like FEMA and everything else that gets involved in the state affairs like that. So, and that's why I was like, okay, well, let me call in and let me try to clarify because they start getting into way down to rabbit hole. And we started chit-chatting, like there was a panel and everything. And I was like, well, I'm actually here on the side because they're talking about how, is it dark? Is it cold? Is it anything? And they're like, oh, are you actually on a site? And you can actually go back. The video is still up on his thing where the first time I called in. And so I showed them. I was like, okay, well, they asked me if I can show the area. So I did. I opened a laptop. I put my camera on a laptop and I just went out and I was like, okay, it's really dark. Well, here's the moon. And after that, we just stayed up a little bit and talked about the case, just like anybody else did. And I was trying to debunk as much stuff as I could to be on a rational side, not speculative side. And that's the first time that I met Tony.
And so he invited you on that show for that stream?
I called in because he has an open link, so I called in personally.
Okay, and so you hadn't met him, you just called in as someone who was watching, and that's how that connected.
Yes.
Okay.
Dude, I gotta say, man, Andy, you didn't see that. I don't know if you saw that stream, but before, like, XanamayX, you're the best, this and that. Oh my God, it's XanamayX. Everything XanamayX does, the best thing. Ryan calls, and right away, Ryan, like, oh my God, bro, get the drool out of your mouth. He totally threw XanamayX under the bus, bro. Like it was.
No, I saw that. I saw that.
It was awful. It was
I'm not
so
a fan of Tony
weird.
from the limited things I've seen. He's not genuine at all. He's a clout chaser. He's an absolute clout chaser. I think even Ryan agrees at that point, right?
Ryan he found out and he's making videos about
I haven't seen as much as Tony. XanamayX in a lot more titles for some weird reason. And then the last question, sorry, Anonymous asked was Sammy, did you know, so you didn't know if he knew Sammy or any of that stuff, I guess then, because you just met him.
No, I didn't.
Okay. Andy for the win. Cheers. Thank you, Benz. AJ, are you on the line now?
Yeah, I'm on the line.
Welcome,
Hello,
AJ.
welcome to the show. Yes, always good to hear from AJ. What's your question for XanamayX?
Okay, XanamayX. Nice to speak to you. And I can understand you fully because I speak another language as well. I speak Swahili and I understand Arabic. So don't worry when I'm speaking to you. About Tony Dodge, he's dodgy, and I don't like the guy how he stares into the camera. That's creepy. Anyways, you defending as Ryan Upchurch says, red flag Ronnie. I because always he said my cousins, and he went into detail over what happened to Kylie Rodney, and if somebody is explaining to you that that my cousins were there, you won't remember every little detail that your cousins told you, and you weren't there, if you know what I mean, Zaname.
Yeah.
That's why Ronnie, we're not blaming anyone or pointing anything, but that's why he looked suspicious, if you know what I mean.
I'm not sure. I don't know if he looks suspicious or not. I was just defending.
No, because what I'm trying to say is, let's say one of my cousins will tell me a story. It's called, here in England, it's called Chinese Whispers. And then I'll go to, let's say, example, Andy, and I'll say the same story, but in a different way. Because
you're saying whisper down the lane.
Yeah.
Whisper down the lane. Yes, yes.
Exactly. I won't.
It's like,
remember.
oh, I ate I had a Pepsi and a steak, and then I murdered someone. But then the next person goes, he said he had a Pepsi and a steak. The story changes and loses things. As
Watch your words, man. You're gonna get clipped.
Yeah. Well, now exactly. Now Ryan has his evidence to say I did it. I guess there it is. But go ahead. Yeah, go ahead to AJ quickly to finish because I got to get to the other callers. Go ahead. What was the question you want to specifically get to?
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that other people are saying that because you said I was at the party and it was a luscious party. That's why people are pointing things at you. You might have said it the wrong way, I understand, because you talk so many languages. So I understand that. But talking about Ronnie, just for your point of view and your family, if you don't know a guy, I understand about online bullying because my daughter suffers from depression and stuff like that. So I understand that you defended him because of that. But I'm saying for you, your point of view, you haven't seen Ronnie, you haven't talked to him, so you you sort of put your foot in it by defending him. And I have no doubt that you go on, you're strong. I can see you're a strong woman. And that's all I had to say. That's why because I've been following this case and I do study true crime as well. So anyway, I'll let Andy go because I know he's got a lot of callers to.
Thank you, AJ. I appreciate you.
Thanks, AJ.
Thank you.
Okay,
right.
Thanks, Lewis. Bye.
Talk soon. So AJ's reiterating something we've sort of alluded to, and I think it's a valid thing to say again, which is the language thing. The fact that English is your fourth language means you're my partner speaks Spanish, her first language. I see it. I'm always so impressed how smart and quick she is in finding those words. But there are times where she picks the wrong word. And I think, from some of the examples people want to sort of use as gotcha moments, I don't understand why they can't also say, well, maybe she was doing that. Is that what were you doing? Was the language part of it in some of those instances?
Yes, absolutely. It is a language barrier because sometimes you cannot find the exact word that you wanted to use. Like for example, said and insinuated. And it's difficult sometimes because especially when you're out here in front of the camera and you're on a hot seat.
Yeah, understood. And then let's be honest, going to the coincidence that you were going to the same place before it all happened obviously doesn't help things. You've admitted that. There's a couple things here that have been said of misspeakings. None of it's proof. But I guess the issue I have isn't necessarily that they're even questioning you. It's just the level they're doing it. They're really leaning in hard and being really aggressive when it's like, well, Ryan, call the cops. Like, call the cops and tell them what happened here, and let's see if they do it. Or is that part of the theory too, to the Ryan fans? Like, are the cops covering up XanamayX doing it? Is that also what's, because it seems like everybody's covering up and they're all helping to save Icamel, and I don't get it.
Why this case though, man? This is like
it's
I
just
hate
weird.
to say it, dude. I had police experts on my channel, and they say people go missing like 20 people a day in LA, man. Why Kylie, which is like in California, it's so big. This big conspiracy, you know, where the visitors come from Mars, and you know, it's like, dude, I don't know, man. If you believe that, then I don't know what to tell you, you know.
We had Mar watch videos. She is a fan of Tony. Yuck. Well, I guess you're admitting you were, but are there recent videos, Mar, that says, Mar, what's the recent example of that? Is that why Breezy Beezy? We're waiting on getting these people to get their audio set up. Chris is on deck. Breezy says, is that why Tony was in Truckee at the same time?
Tony was never in Truckee. I'm not defending Tony whatsoever. But he threw me under the bus, and actually he probably created this bus and run me over. But I don't know, honestly, I don't know what to say. I don't want to defend him. I will never will, because I was a panelist. He invited me to be on that show.
Yeah. Well, to add some.
Wait, sorry. He invited you, or you called in? I thought you said you called in.
The first
this was on a later one.
The first time
Thank you.
I called in, but after that, he invited me.
Got it. And so once you called in, he liked you. He's like, all right, cool. I'm going to bring you back. Exactly. At that point, I feel like I wouldn't want to bring a panelist on a repeat panelist on and then completely just disrespect and throw on the bus. I do it to Lewis sometimes, but go ahead, Lewis.
Well, what I got out of it, watching a little more than you, I think, Andy, is like, you know, she was a fan. XanamayX, I'm sorry I'm speaking for you, but what I got out of it is, and then you went on, you asked him to be on, and then a few times later, he's like, a girl, I gotta get, and then he begged you to go on and stuff, and then after Ryan came in, he goes, views, let me throw in XanamayX under the bus. So that's what I think happened from looking here. And in regards to Tony being in Truckee or whatever that question was, there's a video going around where I don't know what platform this is, where on the bottom right hand corner of the video it says the place it's checked in, and I don't know how that's possible on YouTube. I don't know if you could check in on YouTube, right? So that's what they're saying. So
okay, I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either. No.
All right, we have another caller on deck. Sorry, just get to Chris. Do you have a question for XanamayX?
No question. I just wanted to throw it out there that I know quite a few people in the California area, as well as I'm in Nevada. So I live, anywhere from 2 to 3 hours, depending on traffic, to get to up there to Tahoe and Truckee and things like that. And there's a lot of people that go there just to go there, like random times. They'll make schedules to go there. It's a very beautiful place. And there's like a celebrity, getaway homes up there too. So it's not just like a place where
it's not a random lake that it's like, why is she going to the random lake?
Exactly.
Thank you.
Not random at all. It's not random at all. It's a beautiful place to go to. I mean, they got waterfalls and everything.
Tourist attraction, Chris?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's a huge tour area. Huge. I know people from Lower California that'll travel up there just to go to those lakes, just to see the views. I'll take my kids there. I take my kids there, and I'm anywhere from 2 to 3 hours away, and we just wake up one day and you know what, we're going.
Chris, is it safe to say that a lot of Californians go through there to go to Reno, Nevada?
Quite literally. That is literally the only way, unless you're going anywhere from a couple hour detour. You literally have to go over this giant god awful mountain all the way from like it can be 100 degrees in Reno and then snowing up in the hills, and then down there and back in California, you're back to 100 degrees. So you literally have to go there, or it stops traffic and you have to go like all the way around in a different portion of California in the bottom of Nevada to go up and around. Like it's a tourist area, huge. So like just some random person going there, and like she said, she had this planned out. She absolutely had this planned out before all of this drama even happened. So I don't even understand like the whole situation. I haven't followed to be completely transparent. I haven't followed a lot of the drama because I think a lot of this drama is just stupid. There's connections that aren't there, and people are just like just picking at grasping at straws when like any random person can just go there just cause.
And Chris, you got the link from the chat right now and you're in here, correct?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask the people in the comments who are saying that Andy and I aren't asking the right questions.
Come on sellouts.
In here and ask the question and stuff like
sellouts.
that.
Andy.
And
I gotta say, I'll tag it to it, Lewis. Like I'm going in this blind, right? I'm looking at trying to take Xanamay, and there's a couple coincidences, Xanamay. I've said them to your face, right? And I think there's a language barrier problem also that's making it seem for some why you seem off. No one's proved anything to me where I'm like, well, damn. And if you guys do, I will ask her. Like, I think that's what this whole thing was point. She said she's not afraid. She's here. If you think we're being sellouts, you got the Zoom link. I've said anybody can call in and ask a question as long as you're respectful. So put it up or shut up. Put up or shut up. I appreciate that. That's helpful because I do think it's a coincidence. It seems weird, but it's like if I were to go to Fort DeSoto when the Gabby Petitio case was going on, it's a very popular place, guys. And yeah, it's like, but if I had gone there and then, but I was going, people would say, Andy must have done it. I mean, and it's another point to bring up. Guys, let me remind everybody. When that case was going on, my God, everybody made Brian Laundrie seem like he was Hannibal Lecter meets Magneto, meets like the Cobra Commander. Like he was an idiot. He was an idiot. It was a total wuss. And if the question was maybe his parents are more involved, that's what I think was ultimately what we needed to look into. But my God, exactly, Lewis. They were treating him like he was Lex Luthor. You guys forget how like ingrained you guys get into theories with true crime when more often than not, the outcome is very boring. It's very boring and never is as crazy as 3 YouTubers covering up the death of a person. Now, if that turns out to be true, Xanamay, well, I'm going to be pissed at you, and we will expose it and it'll come out. But it's incredibly far-fetched, guys. It's incredibly far-fetched. So, I don't know. The whole thing's silly. So I appreciate you adding that, Chris, because I see why a lot of people are wondering that. For you to echo as someone who's not involved in this at all and you don't know Xanamay, right?
Correct. I've never heard of this.
I don't know. Red flag Chris here. Red flag Chris here's defending Xanamay. Ryan, you better make a whole video on Chris because he's here defending her. He must be involved, right?
I've got to be. I've got a YouTube channel that I haven't posted on there in like a bajillion years.
It's wild. Anyway, thank you, Chris. I appreciate you calling.
No problem,
guys.
Chris is real, so that's fine.
But honestly, guys, all you guys who are going nuts on us saying we're sellouts, call in. But literally, Chris is now a suspect. If you go down this conspiracy theory, this theory, I'll be fair. I'm trying to be fair today. Let's take Ryan's theory, right? Chris is now involved too. Because Chris is defending Xanamay. That's the logic we're dealing with now because anybody who doesn't follow is involved in it. And it's just a little too much for me. All right, we have some more calls. I'm surprised. There's only like 5 calls, really? Everybody who's calling out Xanamay, nobody wants to actually call in. This is bizarre. All right, we got a call. Let's see here. Lisa on there. Lewis, do you have a question?
Well, yeah. If you guys have the link, spam it a little harder, mods, in the comments, because I think it's because the chat's going extremely fast. And I just want to say something. Look, I've covered this a little bit. I kind of don't want to cover it anymore as far as the Kylie angle of it is because her mom did ask not to do it. I do feel that I am going to cover it again when the police have something to say. I do believe the police need to update if there's someone out there that did this and be clear, accident or criminal investigation, because there could be evil people out there doing evil to kids and adults. So I do think that's not a private thing. But as far as like going on my channel and saying I'm clout chasing, let me say something real honest. No one knows who Ryan is. Okay. That's number one. Number two, when I would clout chase, go to Nuke the Fridge. I talked to Keanu Reeves. I talked to Jason Momoa. I talked to the cast of Cobra Kai, Top Gun. And it's true. I talked to all of them. That's who I call for clout. But let me correct that. They call me because they want me to interview them. So maybe they're clout chasing on me. I don't talk about Ryan Upchurch. Shameless plug, Andy. Shameless plug.
Everyone's saying that Ryan doesn't need Ryan doesn't need to do that. That's such yes, he does. He sells CDs. He's doing YouTube videos. The views help his CDs. He can say that all you want to, but you're just being a fool. Like any celebrity needs clout to retain being a celebrity and sell they need fans. Having fans is clout, guys. Having people do it is clout. And again, my issue with Ryan, and I'm going to get the calls. I just want to reiterate again for everybody's good. My issue with Ryan is and you guys want to just ignore this. He said Kylie wasn't real. He said it was a GoFundMe scam. Those are his words that he's now attempted to sort of distract you guys from. Ryan, you said that garbage. That was incredibly irresponsible and it is dangerous. And then when you say things like that unchecked, and your base will just agree with whatever you say, it allows you to go down these rabbit holes where, I'm going to be a little bit more on edge to be like, well, wait a second. I'm not going to accuse XanamayX and Ichamel of the P word just because Ryan Upchurch is doing anagrams and telling me to. You guys are not doing your due diligence. You're allowed to think she's sus, but I need some better facts. And all right, now we have a lot more calls. We're going to do a speed round here to try and get through these. All right, so let's do it. Lauren, you're on deck. I'm going to give you guys quick. You got 15, 20 seconds. Say what you need to do so I can get through these. Lauren, can you hear us?
No. 20 seconds is not long enough.
Go. Well, let's start it. Go, Lauren.
What's up? Hi.
Hi, Lauren.
Hi, you okay? I am fucking pissed off, and I'm sorry for swearing, but I am fuming.
Why are you fuming?
Because this is ridiculous. And Andy, what you were saying before about the Gabby Petitio thing, that was going to be one of my main points. Last year, Red, White, and Bethune, they fucking solved some case. So she was going there anyway for a trip. And everybody obviously gets on. She was going on a fucking lake and she took some screenshots. Everyone was flying drones over the fucking place and posting them everywhere. She didn't have a YouTube channel. She had no intention of creating a YouTube channel. She was just a fan of certain pages and posting things on there, which everybody else were doing.
So
valid point.
Red, White,
valid
and
point.
Buffoon is just as guilty as Anime. They were just.
That was what I was saying.
Yeah.
So exactly, this is what people wanted. So last year from the Gabby case, like you just said, people, if that weren't solved, that wouldn't solve. But she's getting all this shit, and that fucking clout chasing American Psycho fucking guy. Oh my Tony, my fucking God. I'm sorry for swearing, but I'm really fucking pissed off.
So you're not buying the theories that Ryan's putting out there?
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm asking serious.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm.
Do you not read the chat? There's a lot of people who are believing what Ryan's selling.
Well, I'm sorry, Andy. I'm one of the people in the chat, and they're fucking delusional.
All right. Well, there you go. Any final words?
Well, yeah, I have a lot of words, but I won't give you because I'm really fucking angry. But XanamayX, I hope you're doing well, and I'm so sorry for all this.
We'll power through this. Thank you.
And I could answer every probably question that anyone throws at you myself. To be honest, I've been following that much. But I'm really fucking.
All right. Well, Lauren, I appreciate you. Thank you for calling in. All right, we got a couple more on deck. Please mute your YouTubes. And we'll go quickly. All right, Julie, you're back. What's up, Julie?
Hey, Andy, Lewis, XanamayX. I was following the case right along with Lewis on a daily basis. I've got two questions for you, XanamayX. One, I want to bring you back to being on Tony Dodge's show. There was an evening when you were on there, and Upchurch came on, and there was quite a controversy in regards to you saying that he made a statement about killing your dog or some such to that. And he was trying to call you out on that show, show the video. I watched that show. You did, in my opinion, attempt to pull that video up and show it. However, I just need clarification on this. You were unable to do it, and then he called you the B word, which was, and Tony did nothing to reprimand him for doing that to you. Was it because you were flustered in that moment that you could not pull that to show the receipts, basically, that he did say this, and then you got off because you were that upset? That's my first question. My second question is the party at the lake. There's a discrepancy. Now, I did see your video. There was something you showed about Hispanics having some sort of a barbecue or something like that. Can you clarify the date? Because people, Ryan Upchurch is saying that you said it was the same party, or it was a party going on the same day as the one Kylie went to. So that's my questions.
Okay, so the first question, first of all, I was looking for an exact word because he didn't actually say it in the video. He insinuated, but his community was driving it, that I killed a dog. And I was flustered, thank you. And I was not able to figure out the sound to the video so I can show it. And to answer your second question, because I was there on the 13th of August, kayaking. And the reason I put two and two together with a video from Snapchat and actually of the campsite, because there was a grill, there was exactly the similar grill. And that's why I was like, oh, that's actually a really, really nice place to camp.
So then you actually did not see a party going on, did you?
No.
Thank you for that clarification. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. Appreciate you always calling in.
And not yelling at me for once.
I'm going to catch you later.
Louis, shut up.
Ariella is on deck. Can you hear it? And I'm putting Amanda is on deck. Please mute your YouTube when you get there. But first is Ariella. Are you there, Ariella?
Yeah, I'm here.
Welcome. What's your question for Xanamay?
Can
Yes,
you
we can
hear
hear
me?
you.
Hey,
I
Andy.
can. Nice to meet you.
Hey. Thank you, Andy, honey, I know you always have you're open-minded about everything.
But
okay,
here
Andy,
comes the but.
Can you hear me, honey?
Yes. Are you on a delay?
Honey. Hey, Andy, I know. Oh.
You're on a delay, Ariel. I'm going to mute you and come back. You're going to hear this in a second. You got to mute YouTube and then listen to us on Zoom. Okay, and then we'll come back because I just don't have time to do all that back explain. So when you get mute your YouTube and then come back to us on Zoom and I'll come right back to you. Everybody who does that. Amanda, are you there?
Yes. Hi.
Hello. Well, I can hear you. Welcome, Amanda. What's your question for Xanamay?
Thank you. I'm new to this whole situation and I'm a little bit lost about what the accusations. Oh.
Keep going, Amanda.
Yeah, what the accusations towards her, like what they are based on. Like who came up with the accusations in the first place and why was she involved? Like
as
if she could explain it more from like the beginning.
Ryan Upchurch and just other it's a Kylie Rodney case. I'm just trying to give you a quick first version. We talked about it earlier in the show, and she sort of already did, so I just don't want to keep rehashing ourselves.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
They were on a stream together, and she defended someone who was questionable to a lot of the fans. This red flag Ronnie guy. She defended him, and that sort of opened up the can of worms. And then they were sort of. From my perspective, it just looks like they've been trying to figure out anything they can to pick apart what she's done. That said, she did have a trip planned, she's admitted to, at the same spot where Kylie was found. So a lot of people are now saying, well, that's just too convenient. She must be involved. So those are sort of the main points, though. But yeah, did you have a question specifically? Just because I want to keep moving forward.
Yeah. Okay. So how often do you go kayaking? Kayaking.
Kayaking?
I try to go as often as I can. Well, at least once a month.
Okay. So it's like a regular thing for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amanda, a good way to catch up with the trial is to actually rewind this live feed because we did do a quick synopsis
and she did answer us. Didn't want to repeat ourselves, but yeah, all right. I appreciate it, Amanda. Thank you so much for the call and the question. Ariella, let's get back to you. Hopefully you've sorted out your YouTube. You can unmute now, but when you call in, guys, make sure you mute your YouTube. I'm going to put Megan on deck. But Ariel, if you want to now unmute and just make sure you're listening through Zoom and not YouTube, that'll help us a bunch so we don't have that 45-second delay problem. Let's see here. Mega Pints. Nope, Andy, she's told multiple different stories. Then call in and ask it. I'm so sick of you guys. Like, I'm not saying you can't ask. I just, then if you want to confront.
Okay.
Confront.
I can hear everybody else.
There you go, Ariel. Welcome back. You sorted out your YouTube? Oh,
okay.
Sorry, Ariel. I can't. I want to. I got so many on deck. You got to mute your YouTube and then just listen to us through Zoom. Did you do that? No, we're still on a delay. Sorry, Ariel. I'm going to have to put you back in the room. And when you watch the show, hopefully you can figure that out. Guys, when you call in, I know how many times I have to say, and I know some people aren't tech savvy, we're hearing your YouTube on a delay, but I need to hear you through the Zoom because YouTube's on a delay. So please turn off your YouTube when you call into Zoom and you're on air. Shut off your YouTube, and then we should be able to hear you. Sorry, Ariel. I'll come back to you in a minute. Hopefully you're watching this and you'll catch that because you could clearly hear the YouTube. Let's see here. Megan, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Perfect. You got your audio set. What's up?
Okay. So I just want to say to is it XanamayX?
It's XanamayX.
Yes.
XanamayX. I am so sorry you're going through all of this. I watched this shit show pretty close from the beginning. I've spent hours of my life I will never get back watching all sides. You have been very consistent in your story. You showed your dog that Ryan claimed was dead and that you killed. I don't understand the obsession other than people want to see what they want to see. They want someone to hate. It's pretty gross in my opinion. And please know, this experience does not represent all Americans. There are very good Americans out there. I just feel terrible because I could only imagine as someone from another country going to a country and having something like this happen to you. You know, I would have a bad view and that would ruin me. So I just want to say thank you for your service. I have a lot of law enforcement family, people in the Army, Marines. When did not respecting people who serve, when did we lose sight of that? Because I've been watching a lot of these disrespectful comments. And I've watched many hours of video. Clearly, a lot of you others have not, because there's nothing here. This is a bunch of just crap someone's spewing because they're bored, apparently. And your story has not changed. You've been able to prove, for the most part, or debunk any crap rumor out there. It's just so stupid. And I'm sorry, I'm frustrated. I'm about to go into a parent-teacher conference, but I've been on hold because this situation is just on my nerves. Like, people need to leave you alone. And I hope you do hire an attorney. I really do. I hope you go that route.
Thank you. Yeah,
Sorry,
I haven't been able to. I haven't been able to find an attorney that actually wants to take up my case. It's pretty difficult
and expensive. So I believe that. Nobody's blocked. The Zoom link is public. Everyone keeps telling me. Ryan, I guess they're saying Ryan's in the chat. I don't see him. XanamayX doesn't want to talk to Ryan, so I'm going to respect that. But if anybody else wants to ask questions about that, you're welcome on the show. I don't blame her because Ryan's just been, very aggressive with her. But everybody else wants to ask questions, go ahead. I'm sure Ryan will make plenty of videos clipping all of this. But he whatever. Go ahead, whatever he wants to do. Are you there, Nathan?
Yes, I am. How are you doing?
What's up? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I just want to say I'm a big fan, Andy, of you, Lewis. It's I'm sorry, I'm nervous being on the show. It's Kim and of course Steph, the Alter Nerd. I love you guys.
As long as you get my name correctly, I'm good. I'm good.
All right. All right. Hey, I just want to say I'm a Marine Corps veteran myself. I go by Merlin, so I had to. I'm an honest guy, so yeah, I come on here obviously to get some clout too. But I saw a lot of comments in the chat. 'Cause I've been keeping up. They have a lot of serious questions that they have a lot of allegations that they're bringing up, and this is a lot of people. And a lot of people seem to be offended for some reason. Honestly, I'm not really aware of what's going on with this other than what I've been watching on your guys' program. And the main question they're asking is why is her niece pictured with Kylie? And that's not being answered. And also, they're claiming that she knew the guy that she's got beef with before the whole thing took place. That's the main questions that keep getting brought up. And they keep talking about how she can do a Southern accent, because I'm a Southern person myself.
Well, let's ask one at a time because I don't want to lose track. So what's your first question? And just to go quickly, your question was?
The connection between her niece and Kylie is the main one people are bringing up in their chat, brother.
I already clarified that earlier, but there is zero connection to my 11-year-old niece to anything has to do with that area.
Okay. That's the main question they keep bringing up. So I was just trying to be a voice for them because there are a lot of cowards that won't come on like this and do these things. And they keep talking. That's the main one I've saw. So that's the only reason I brought that attention. So thank you for allowing me on. And if you want to find me, I do tarot. I investigate the paranormal. You can find me at Merlin in the Fae King's Crown on YouTube. And that's all I got, guys. Thank you for allowing me to come on. Yes, I was getting clout too. So yes, I'm an honest guy.
Everybody, it gets clout.
How dare you?
Happens.
How dare you?
It is.
I'm honest. I'm honest, guys. I'm a Southern voice. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Nathan. Appreciate it. Let's see. We had Megan and Lisa on deck. Are either of your audios working yet? And I appreciate, look, I just want to say, while everyone is allowed to have their opinions, there's people who believe anime. And I thought the country we lived in, we're allowed to believe who we want to believe without everyone screaming at us. But it's just depressing to see some of you guys just be so bent out of shape because someone told you otherwise. That's the whole point of due process and the authorities. And if there's connections, give it to the authorities. Lisa, are you there?
I am, yes.
Okay, hello. Did we speak before? Did I let you begin by accident? Okay, nope. Sorry. My apologies. Some of them are morphing together. Welcome to the show, Lisa. What can we do for you? What's your thoughts?
Thank you. I just have two quick questions. One, for XanamayX, is it true or is it not true? Are you friends with the public information officer?
No, because the public information officer, the one that they're trying to say was my friend Cecilia actually is from Hawaii. And the public information officer is a completely different person that I have never met.
Okay. And then second one is, I know there's a lot of questions about you changing your story quite often. They're saying little things change. Could you give us just off the top of your head, a summary of from the day this all started till today, what happened?
That's a lot.
It is a lot. I mean, can I step in? Can you be a little bit more specific? Because we got a lot of callers waiting. Is there a specific area you wanted to connect on?
Okay, hold on a second. I think I got this. So went kayaking. I was there. I was at the place at the wrong time, at the wrong place, and because we're all passionate, and I got on this guy's show. I got harassed and everything on the live stream chat by somebody who has over 3 million followers and has a very strong community that went after me.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
In a nutshell.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. It's amazing as I read these comments, guys. Andy, you're biased. Look in the mirror. It's Ryan, and the reason just so I'm clear, I don't know if Ryan is watching. Ryan, I don't want you on the show right now. This is Anime show. You have your own channel. You do a lot, and I don't want you just to come on and start yelling at her. I want to actually hear her side of things, and you can dissect them later, as I'm sure you will. Guys, it's my channel. It's not Ryan's channel. I don't need Ryan on my channel. I have no interest in having Ryan on my channel. And the reason being is because he put out a theory that Kylie wasn't real. And I found that incredibly disrespectful to her parents. So I was a fan of Ryan, even some of his silly theories, until he did that. And at that point, I lost all respect. And I still have no interest in associate with the guy. And I don't needed to be associated with him. And I'm sure he doesn't want to associate with me. So just if you're going to keep hammering about it, I've answered it. I'm not afraid of anybody. I just don't want to. And I respect my guests, unlike Tony. I've invited XanamayX. I said we'd have a civil conversation and not be screaming at her. And I intend to follow through on that because I'd like to have other guests feel comfortable when they come on, that it's not going to turn into a shouting match and blah, 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 what the. I've done that in the past. Try to be better. Right, Lewis? Yeah. All right, let's see here. Do you have any questions? Well, I got a lot. I want to get you back in, but if there's something, just raise. Otherwise, I'm going to keep burning through because I got about 10 more of these and I'd like to try and do them quickly. Just so I make sure she's not running from anything, guys. She's been very open and honest and answering everything. You guys have had opportunities. I'm not keeping anybody out except for Ryan because Ryan said his piece. It's all very clear. If you want to hear Ryan's perspective, you can go check out the Ryan Upchurch channel. This is not that channel. Let's hear from XanamayX right now. All right. So, Psycho Babble Rap, are you there?
Good evening, everybody.
Welcome to the show.
First thing, I'm a little disappointed that these baseless allegations are being dignified as though they're real. When it all started in Ryan Upchurch's imagination, and then he took to his fan base and spread these baseless lies of just random people he chose, and now we're having a discussion and making a girl defend something that was grounded in his imagination. All of it. Every bit of it, not one clue that he has uncovered is based in any kind of a fact. And that's all I had to say. I love you, XanamayX. I'm sorry that this happened to you. It's a damn shame. And I am embarrassed to have ever been a member of Creek Squad.
Thank you.
Well, there it
That's
is.
all I got to
Say with
say,
your chest,
man.
my man.
It's baseless nonsense, you guys. Quit it. Quit dignifying it.
Well, honestly, the reason I am is she reached out and I want to.
It's baseless allegations. He made it up.
You couldn't be more correct. There's no proof. It's just theories based on misstatements and things and some coincidences. And I guess people are allowed to have the theories, but the level of intensity is why I'm having this conversation because it's disturbing, guys. And XanamayX does not have the platform that Ryan does.
I just want to shout one more thing out before.
You can, but I just think Ryan's being a bully. It's like, okay, you said your theory. You can do it once, you can do it twice. Like, my God, dude, how many more times you gonna hit this like little YouTuber? What's the goal? What is the end game? Go ahead. What is your final thought?
I just want, while there's enough people listening, I want to tell you guys how smart Mr. Upchurch is. He had no clue that a Google satellite image could be months old or even a year old. He had no clue that Google Streets could be up to 10, 11, 12 years old. He had no clue that you could pin a short video in Snapchat and to Google Maps. And that's all XanamayX did was click on a video that some Spanish folks had recorded of their picnic. And she found it in Google Maps from Snapchat and played it. It was never her video. And Ryan was too ignorant to know that that was a thing. And I'm sorry that you guys are so invested in this kid. He's an incredible entertainer. He's an incredible artist. I love him to death. He's my favorite recording artist in the world. He was my son's favorite recording artist in the world. This kid does not know everything, people. And he's very confused right now about a lot of stuff. And he's hurting a lot of people with his baseless allegations. And I'm tired of people dignifying him. That's all I got.
Well said, man. Really nice to meet you. And I appreciate that. There's someone from an ex-Creek Squad member who's upset. And I think you have every valid reason to. And that's honestly where I'm at. So appreciate the call, man.
Thank you.
It's true, Lewis. I mean, just to echo that, that's why we're doing this, guys. Like, I see it. It's how many videos are you going to make about XanamayX? This isn't like you're making videos about a celebrity or someone big, a journalist. No offense, XanamayX. 2,000 subscribed channel, like all pounding. And then on top of it, 40 on top of it, pounding with literally baseless allegations that we're now like, she's guilty, guys, because she's sus. I mean, you're allowed to think she's sus. I've said a couple of things. I found she was sus. She's admitted to them, but to connect that she's involved or knows where Kylie was or wasn't, guys, that is a stretch. Think what you want, but be respectful. My goodness, you guys are it's sad. It is just sad. Did you have let's see. Adham, are you there?
Yeah, guys, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm sorry. How do I say your name?
Adham Adil. It's
Adham.
you
Okay, I
can
was
say
right.
it Adam. I'm from Egypt, so yeah.
Awesome, Adam. Nice to meet
yeah.
you. Welcome to the show. What are your thoughts for XanamayX here?
Hi guys. First of all, I want to say I started following you guys from the beginning of the Johnny Depp case, and I really respect what you're doing. What I want to say, I just want to say two things. First of all, I think I understand why people are really aggressive with XanamayX. It's just because, and it's just a tip that XanamayX, you talk about stuff as if they're facts. That's the problem. When you defended Ronnie, it was defending him as if you know he's not guilty. When you say Tony wasn't in Truckee, as if you know he was in Truckee. That's the problem. You're just defending your way of speaking about stuff is as if you know they're not true. That's why I think Ryan was triggered, and that's why I think people are not liking you. So it's just I just want to give a tip that when you talk about stuff, don't do it that way. Try to be more neutral. I'm trying to be more neutral. I didn't like you actually until Andy brought you here on this show right now, and I'm trying to be as neutral as possible because I think that's the main problem that we're having. The way you're speaking about stuff as if they were facts when you don't know anything about them. So I just want to make it clear out there that maybe that's why everybody's triggered about this thing. The second thing is about for you, Andy. There are many. It's not about theories, but there are many information that AWP Adventures with Purpose are putting out there. It may be bigger than it is actually because they're implying that it may be a cover-up. They're actually implying it in their videos right now with Ryan Upchurch. So it could be bigger than we really think. I mean, nothing is fact right now. They're not saying anything, but they're implying it, and they can't say stuff because of the police investigations and stuff like that.
I mean, I talked to Adventures with Purpose directly, and he did not say that once.
He didn't.
Lewis, you were
that.
there.
He was implying.
Now there was
he didn't
incompetence. There was incompetence.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's different from cover up. You see how the words? It's just like one word can make a whole conspiracy theory take even more flame, and that's the danger.
If you watch Upchurch's stream when he brought
I don't watch his streams anymore. I said, man, I don't watch his stream. And again, I'm going to be clear because I just full disclosure, I guess Ryan's already bitching and trying to spin this. They won't let him in. Here he's posted a short. They refuse to let me in. Ryan, will you share this again? This isn't your channel. I don't need your clout, but thank you for sharing mine.
I didn't know that. This isn't
about
but...
like it's hold on. Just let me get this out. Ryan, yeah, your name's in because XanamayX here to talk about you. That's what we're talking about. And I'm going to respect my guest, unlike Tony and others. I'm going to respect my guest. And I don't really want to hear, unless you're going to apologize for stuff and actually be civil. I'm happy to have a conversation with you later and give you your chance if you really want that. I don't care. I don't need that. But if you really need it, Ryan, let me know and we can set that up. I don't really like you because you still refuse to apologize for saying that Kylie wasn't real. Now you could keep ignoring or spinning that, but that was despicable, dude. And when you did that, you proved everything else you say is bullshit, potentially, because you're not credible. Because that's incredibly just so dangerous to put that out there to your fan base and to Kylie's family. It was disgusting, dude. Completely irresponsible. That's my beef with you, man. That's my beef with you. So right now, it's not about you really right now. We're talking about is she's sus, and we're going to do it ourselves. And that's my response. But if you want to keep spitting it like we're blocking you, dude, that Zoom link is public. If you really wanted to try and get in here, no one's stopping you, dude. I've pasted it 100 times. So nice try there, trying to make it a conspiracy that you're blocked. Anyway, enough. Ryan, thanks. We'll see your clips later. Thanks for the plugs. But I just want to address that because it's just frustrating me. But Adham, anything else you wanted to add before I go to the next caller?
No, that's it. I just wanted to say to XanamayX just to take care how she speaks. That's the trick. That's the main trigger. That's what I think.
Thank you.
Well said.
Thank
Thank
you for
you,
your
ma'am.
advice.
All right, and then we had let's see here. Did Raspberry Tart is on deck. Let's see here. She Tristan King, hey guys, love you so much. Shy Marie, support for XanamayX coming in. Schmo, thank you for your service, XanamayX. Megan Fuentes, XanamayX, love, so much respect and love. Thank you for your service. Say hello to Alicia. Andy, I've been watching XanamayX. I confirm to you that she lives in the Bay Area. That's near Tahoe. Thank you for having her. Okay. Well, there you go. Erica Kolnick, thank you, Popcorn Planet, for doing the video. A love to all your content. Love all your content. I just wanted to say, I too stand with victims of harassment and victims of any type of bullying, and RU's behavior goes beyond bullying. What else can be done to help, please? I just think we all need to move on to other topics. That's what we need to do. I'm only helping this because Ryan's got 2 million followers and keeps coming after you, XanamayX. And it's fair you have one video where he doesn't get to come after you. It's like he's trying to make his own while we're here. It's kind of crazy. Okay, Ryan. Anyway, Shy Marie, please play her rescue video. All right, so I do want to push a little bit here. I've been told you that I have a lot of people sending me links saying XanamayX did edit the video. You're saying you didn't edit the video?
I did not edit the video.
Okay, can someone link me the video? Okay, because do you mind if we look for this video and because I'd love to just nip this in the bud if there's some sort of issue.
Live on the phone.
Of course.
Let's see when it's live on the phone.
2:16.
Podcast is live for me. In the bio.
More minutes, but
Is this it? Sorry, Lewis, if you know, is this the video?
I don't know.
I
This
have,
video.
Had to go
I have a
sure.
video
In the water.
on my page.
What?
It's still loaded on my page.
Linda sent me this. Oh wait, Linda's here. Are you still there, Linda? Let's see. Linda's going to ask this question because I think she wants to get this clarified. Are you there, Linda? Linda?
Hello.
Hello. So what was because you were sending me this video about it being edited. Am I playing the right thing? What did you want to ask and what am I supposed to play?
Well, pretty much in his live that he was doing one night with Zav Girl, who is I believe is extremely credible with her research. They had showed a clip of the video and they realized that something was changed. So when they opened up the original that Ryan had saved, it showed that there was a ping on her phone, the time was different, the date was different from what was originally supposedly put out.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've been watching her and him all over YouTube, and it seems like I'm just going to be honest and how I've always been real with everybody. She's not solid with her answers. I'm sorry. And the story has changed multiple times. And it just, if you really watch and hear him out in his lives, he does explain that he didn't mean that whole, she's not alive, she's not a real person. It's the name that was the situation.
That was a spin. I watched, there was a different video he had because I clipped it and put it on Twitter. There was a different video and then that video changed. Do you remember that one, Linda? Do I have to go find it on Twitter? Because there was a video he said she doesn't exist. It's all fake. She's not real. It's all GoFundMe scam. Do you remember that quote?
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that he did have a live later on. I don't know if it was the same day or not, where they were doing a little more digging, more investigating, discussing with with not just his Creek Squad, but other people that were viewing and watching, and they had dug deep into some things. And he did explain where he was like, look, I didn't know all the stuff, but the name, there was something with the name Callie, with Callie, and that's what he was trying to go by. He believes there was a real girl, there was a body. I don't want to go into too much detail of that. But that's what he's insinuating.
There's so much to cover, and I don't want to be here forever, but I'm confused. Just to answer the question, you're saying he did apologize and adjust the story for saying she was fake? I don't understand.
He did explain his theory of it in a live, not a short like that he has been posting. And in the live, he kind of explained where it's getting taken out of context, I guess is the way to put it.
Let's watch it in context since you brought it up.
You know how these people on the internet, these YouTubers like the XanamayX guy, the XanamayX, and the like the XanamayX guy, the XanamayX, and the Ronnie Jones dude, and all these people. Do you know why they don't care to tell you? Oh yeah, well my friend was at the party and had cocaine. You know why she don't care to fucking canoe in the lake? Cause there ain't no fucking dead girl, bruh. There ain't. You notice since the beginning, it's been like a fucking reality show with all these people calling in and popping up, and I have information, and well, your information looks sketchy. No, it's not. Oh, he's crazy for calling her information sketchy. You see this big fucked up dumb pyramid? They're doing it on purpose. The reason they're sticking their fucking neck out there is because there is no actual crime. The only crime that is going on is a scam to get GoFundMe money. Yes, this is the new, hello, are you a great fan of mine on Facebook? Yeah. This is the fucking YouTube version.
So, Linda, I don't know what context am I missing?
So,
and that video is not on his. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he ended up removing that video from YouTube. There's a different one up. If I'm correct, maybe I'm incorrect there. But is that video still on, Ryan, in its entirety, or did he edit that?
That I don't know. He's got so many up, but I will say I did watch the live where he was explaining, which was later after this video. So I can't speak for him, but
look, and I don't want to speak about him either because this isn't supposed to be about him. It's more about the accusations against Xana. And but you're bringing up that question. That's my beef with Ryan. That clip specifically is very troubling for me. It's very irresponsible and it's disgusting to say something like that to Kylie's family. I can't get over it. Sorry. Now, I haven't heard him correct or apologize. And if someone has that link to me, I'll happily hear it out. And then maybe that'll help me. But all I've seen is a lot of distraction and stuff since, or justifications, which is what everyone's complaining XanamayX doing. So I'm like, what? I don't get it. And again, I'm not saying you're not supposed to like Ryan Church. I don't care about Ryan Upchurch. Do what you want to do. But how many times are we going to keep hammering this Xana? I don't know. How many videos do we need to go do to keep saying that she's involved with? Like, I don't understand what the thing is. What I brought you on, Linda, because I want to get to this point. Sorry to bring it back. What did she edit? Because and if someone else has, you sent me a link. What did she edit in question? So because if she's lying about that, I'd like her to show her that. Well, this doesn't make sense. Can you help me? You sent me this link. Is this this is Ryan's video? Can you explain again what she edited?
So this was the live. I don't know if it was. I think it's on his channel, but he had Zav Girl on there, and she hadn't seen it. The other guys had discussed it previously, I believe, in another live. And they were just showing Zav Girl how in one video clip of the same video, it had her phone out where you could see like a date and time and the ping location that she was going to, which was where eventually the car was found. So they were showing that video and comparing it to what she has up now, which is no longer showing that. It does like a transition fade from editing. So he
okay, but we're on Ryan's channel. I'm on Ryan's channel. So who edited what? Did she edit on her video?
They're claiming
like I'm watching a Ryan Upchurch video. How do you know this isn't edited?
I'm just saying what I've seen on their live was that they showed both videos because he has the original saved.
Okay. And is this the original? So this time code you gave me is the original?
I believe this is where they talk about it and explain where there's a fade out. I'm not sure if this is.
Do you know what they're talking about, Zaname?
Yeah, they're talking about the location, and I just sent you a link, but actually the original video is still up on my page, and it said when it was posted August 17th, and those edits you cannot do in YouTube whatsoever. So there are going.
Yeah, what's the edit they're accusing you of? Of
their
transition?
location, right here. This location. Yeah, the ones that I'm talking right here. It's still right there. They basically said like, oh, she cut it out her location, and the timestamp that he's talking about, it's somewhere like 13 something, or I don't remember exactly the timestamp that he's talking about, but this is still here and it's still on my page. So
Well, you can't do it. You can't do a fade transition later and upload it. That's, you just can't. I can confirm that too. Now she could do a cut. She could do a split and, you know, trim something. But is it a transition, Linda, that you saw?
I don't see it. My whole thing is
Like you can't do a cut like that after the fact.
Well,
Just-
they
just, like, they don't let you
I'm
do
just saying
dissolving.
what they were saying in their live, and my
Okay,
view.
'cause I see a lot of
personally,
people
I've seen the
asking.
story change.
On the phone.
Okay, so
Watch this.
Yeah, there's. Well, I don't know because I believe that the video is actually like 13 seconds shorter. So I wonder.
No,
if
no,
she
no, no, no.
cut
We
that out.
found it last night. Remember?
Yeah,
Look.
I don't have that video though.
I got it. It's right here. It's the last video I screen recorded. Watch. It was me and you. Right. Oh, yep. Here it is. Boom, baby. You messing
Okay,
with
let's
some
see
freaks
this.
on the
They're
internet,
gonna get you.
cuz. All right.
Well, hey, I am.
You
gonna
ready,
keep this one
Zaname?
pulled up from when
Ooh,
she
I'm
did
so
go on
scared.
the trail to see
All
if
right.
the fucking to see if the phone is in it though.
I'm
All right,
gonna
I'm
humor
show
this.
Zab
Let's
when
let's
she gets off, 'cause she's
let's
gonna be like, "What the hell?"
Well, here.
let's see
let me
this
drop
damning
my
evidence.
screen.
Okay.
Okay. Trevor, where? There we go. Boom.
It's just crazy how big that park is, and that's where her ping's at. Like, I don't that
Bro, she's an idiot. Dude.
yeah,
I mean,
she really
come
is,
on.
dog. She really is.
All right, look. Watch this shit. Her and her ugly ass dog. All right, let's go.
That's nice. That's nice, Ryan. Respectful.
All right, here we go.
What are you at? You're at 518, right?
I'm about to. Yeah, it's right here. All right, now look. I want you to see something. So this is where she is, right? Watch over here. This is she's gonna show a red ping on where she parked. Where she parked is where they were, where they thought shit was, where they told people shit was, but it wasn't. So watch. Look, there's her ping. Here's where she's at. Look where she's walking.
Yo,
bro. Now watch where
that's
she
crazy.
now
What's
watch
the
what her
edit?
finger does. Hang on. Look, this is what I met. And then
I'm pointing to the
look at this
location where
point,
I'm at.
Anime. Look
Right
at
Yeah,
the
well,
with a
I
fucking
believe
ball in
that's
the
the
water.
scene he's saying was
Watch.
changed. So if what he's playing right now is probably her original.
And still there.
Did you see where she pointed?
Why did she feel the need to go to this spot?
Bro,
Why, want to answer the question? Is that why did you feel the need to go to that spot?
Because I was parked right across from it, and I figured, let me go over here. There was a trail that's going up. There's no particular reason.
Why did you park there? Is that where Kylie was found?
No,
Or
I
where
parked
they
on
thought
the
she was found,
opposite
rather?
side.
But that was where they thought she was found.
Yeah, but she was not found there.
Okay. So
That
what
none
was the
of
edit?
Right.
Whoever drove Callie's car in the water. Look, there she is.
Yeah.
Walking this way where the car was drove in the water. Now watch her finger.
What? What's this prove?
She points directly at it.
No way.
Because that's where she's
I mean,
going.
you're
Look at the blue
walking.
light. Look at the blue light. That's the way
She's pointing to the whole
walking.
green mass.
That's
I
why in the
think in
video
the
you got
other
pulled up,
video,
she deleted
he's
this
trying
out.
to
I mean,
say
Linda,
that
I'm
this
confused.
He wasn't there.
So this wasn't there. Okay. So that's the debate, that this wasn't there.
Well, that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. It's hard to explain because in order to like hear both sides and really understand why he's going with the theory he's going, which has changed, it's
It's
evolved in
517.
different ways.
517.
You got to watch
What's
his
what
lives where
what's
they do this
changed?
live to explain.
I'm not
it
watching
and show
4
it.
hours of him change things because this is it, right? This is the video.
This is the video.
Okay, where you point, and they're saying you edited out the pointing.
There's a few parts he claims that she had taken out. Like there was a scene with like the date that was showing on the phone is no longer in the video. That was showing through like right on the phone, and it didn't match of when she said she was going there. I'm repeating what I've seen from all of the shows.
Okay, I mean, so far I'm seeing what we saw. If anybody else wants to clarify it,
It's so funny.
I'm watching Ryan's feedback, and I'm doing with open ears, guys. I'm not trying to be biased towards anybody, honestly, because if something's going to be weird to me, I'm going to be like, well, what's going on? I don't even understand what's so shocking. She was pointing at the map. He did like a huge jump to judgment, which is what from everything I see. Lewis, are you unfollowing this?
No, I can't. I don't see any cuts, man. I really don't. With all due respect to whoever sees it, but I don't see a cut. All I know is that to me it just looks like XanamayX went on a hike and she's screwed for doing it. That's what it looks like. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, look, but I'll say it. I mean, yeah, the reality is like, yeah, I mean, you did some dumb things, Anime. I'll say it to your face. Like,
was it
looks
really
stupid.
dumb to go on a hike though? I don't know.
Nah, but I'm just saying, it's true.
It just
not
makes
dumb's the
somebody
wrong
look
word.
suspicious when
Yes,
they insert
yes.
themselves like right at the point, and then they're doing like a tour on, of all people, Tony's show. You know,
I
and
mean,
he just
Linda,
got exposed.
Linda,
I'm just
I did a tour
saying.
of I did a tour of Fort DeSoto. Does that mean I was involved with Brian Laundrie?
No, but you were out there already following it, discussing it, and whatnot. She came out of left field. No,
Well, but
offense.
Linda, wasn't there a search party there as well? Aren't they equal? Shouldn't they be equally sus? Because according to XanamayX, and maybe I'm wrong because I wasn't there, right? She claims she joined a search party of how many people? Maybe 30, 40, 100?
There's 300 plus people that actually signed up for a search party.
Okay, let's say
with video
let's say
cameras.
50. That they should be sus too there, right? I think so. I don't know. Thank God I didn't go because I almost went. I was like, man, this is weird. I want to check out this place. Like, where was the party? I was almost like, I was
so
almost a hair away from going, man. Thank God I didn't.
I
That's
just
all
want
I'm saying.
someone to give me, and I've opened the phone lines. We'll get to a couple of them, and I want to keep staying as long as I need to go too. I'm not, but
I'm just
it's
saying with Andy.
I love you,
went-
Linda. I love you, and I love that you're challenging me. Please, I'm not trying to. I hope you. It doesn't seem like I'm.
No, okay,
you know,
you're
I know
welcome.
I love you, Linda, and thank you for being here and asking tough questions. I'm not. If you want to come back or you want to find the edits in question, if you want to take a moment to do that, and we have time at the end, if you want to, I would love that. Just because I'm not seeing what he said, and I just don't have time to sit and watch a 3-hour Ryan thing. And to be fair, I should have Ryan on to explain that. This wasn't supposed to turn into that. And like I've said, Ryan, if you would like to do a response stream, if you feel like you need that, hit me up. You can DM me on Instagram or whatever, and I'll set it up with you.
That's
if
fair.
you need
That
that,
sounds
Ryan,
fair.
let me know, because I'm not trying. Please let the word. I'm not trying to block him from my channel. I'm just right now. My guest doesn't want to talk to him, and he's talked a lot of smack about her, and I think it's her opportunity to do it, and I'm going to respect her wishes. Okay, guys. So that's what it is about, Ryan. If you feel the need, you need to respond to some of this stuff. By all means, hit me up. But if anybody wants to come in with any of those things, let me know. Tyler just sent a chat saying she literally told Ryan that she took video down out of respect for the family. Then she reposted it. Did you do that, Xana?
Yeah, I took a video down out of respect for the family because where she was found, and I didn't feel that was right for me to keep that video up. But then I was actually pressured to not reposting it, but you know how you can take the video down and you can put it back up for like private, make it private, then make it public. So the video was always there.
I see. So what, you didn't re-upload it is what you're telling me?
I did not re-upload it.
Okay. So this was, you privatized, which I understand what that means. You privatized the video, and then why did you post it later?
Because I felt pressured to post it, because there was a video out there without my voice and actually saying what I'm saying. So I felt pressured to actually release the original video. Unprivatized the original video.
Got it. Okay. All right. Fair. People are calling you out. So you're like, all right, well, here's the video. This is it. And I guess if someone wants to send me the better, Linda. So thank you for that. If you can find me, want to press more, let us know. I didn't see any edits based on that stream, and sorry, I just don't want to sit and watch 3 hours of Ryan right now.
Yeah, no, I totally
I'm not even mean that
understand. It's
disrespectfully. I just mean like we don't have time.
have to
if you want to breeze
it.
through, if you want to breeze through and find it, we can ask. But she's saying she didn't, and I don't see any evidence of it now. So let us know if that's different. Thank you, Linda. Anything else you wanted to say, Linda?
No, but this is why I love your channel, and I do always support you because you try to do your best to do both sides, which I respect that. That's why when you just said like Ryan's more than welcome, just another time, I totally agree with that.
Yeah, if he feels like he needs to be clearing the air and wants to be interviewed and talk, if you need that, Ryan, hit me up. I'm not asking you to because I know what Andy needs the clout to have Ryan Upchurch. Ryan, I don't need it. Okay, and I feel like you were disrespectful. That's my beef with you. That's why I've made fun of you. That's why I'm angry at you as a father because I have kids. I don't like that you did that to her family. That was despicable. Whatever your reasoning was, you need to apologize way more intensely. And had you done that, I think a lot of people would have respected it more. But you lost followers from what I've gathered because you did that. And then you've sort of like erased it yourself and keep distracting and all these people. And I know Icamel too. I don't believe Icamel was involved. So if you want to address that, I'm happy to do it because clearly he's watching. All right. Thank you, Linda. I do want to try and zoom through these anime if you don't mind. We'll do power. I'm going to power through these just to make sure I didn't leave anything on the table. The ones that are still in the room. Let's see. K-Silks, are you there?
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
I can.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to ask quickly if you can. All the callers ready. Go ahead. What's your question or comment for Zanime?
That's okay. Hi, Anime. I'm from the UK, but I'm so sorry that you're going through this. It's horrible to be bullied online in any sense of the word. Ryan doesn't need a platform here, Andy. He's got his own platform of over 2 million people that he can speak to on his own accord, which I'm sure he will do anyway. He doesn't need to be coming on here. Zanime doesn't have a platform, which is why she's come onto your show, because you're very even with the playing field. You'll hear people's perspectives, views. You're a proper journalist, essentially. So I want to thank you for that, first of all, and thank you, Zanime, for coming on. And hi, Lewis. And also, I just want to quickly point out there's been the reason I actually came on here. There was a lot of things in the chat that was saying that, is it Tony? Is that the guy's name?
Yes.
Okay. Tony checked himself into Truckee on the same day that Zanime was there. Guys, you can literally pin I'm sitting in my house in London right now. I can pin myself on Facebook in the Sydney Opera House. You don't actually have to be in your location to check into a location on Facebook. So the fact that he checked into Truckee means absolutely nothing. Stop trying to make it a thing. It's not a thing. That's what I wanted to say about it.
Well said. I appreciate the call. Thank you so much for calling, and keep watching.
Always. Thank you.
Thank you. It's also just like the amount of conspiracy theory happening is wild. Andy's blocking us. It's all sham because he says it's public, but there's a meeting ID. Yeah, it just depends on your mobile device. All these people have gotten in. If you tried from your desktop computer, you would have gotten in. But just for full clarity, because we're not conspiracy theorists here, here's the member ID, which no one else has needed. But here it is to all these people. There's the passcode. So mods, I guess you need to add that for people who are certain mobile devices require it. It's very rare, but it happens. So for everybody with their outdated phones trying to get on Zoom, there's the passcode. Everyone is open, but I'm trying to be quick. Trying to be quick here because we didn't spend to be here for 3 hours. Let's see. Earth Intruders, are you there? No. Matthew, Musky Queen, and Leanna. I'm putting them all on deck just so I have them ready so we can go through this quickly and wrap up soon. Let's see who gets their audio first. Matthew Song, are you there?
Yeah, hey, I have a question.
Welcome. Please.
Just a simple question that would probably clear this all up because it seems like such a mental gymnastics exercise.
Yep.
So Zanime, were you even in the area when Kylie went missing?
No, I was not in the area.
Okay, and you have proof of that, right?
Yes, I have proof of that.
Then
Where
why is
were
this
you?
even an issue? I mean,
Yeah.
it just seems so strange. Like, it seems like such a stupid thing.
we have-
Like, if you can prove where you were, then what the hell does this even matter?
Valid.
I mean,
did you
could talk
prove
about
that? Did you
seeing
show us where you
UFOs.
were?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was
at
following
home.
up your question there.
I was at home and I have videos of me actually playing a board game with my cousin. And if you like, I don't
need to
wanna
be
post it,
convinced,
yeah.
but I'm just saying that this is pretty stupid. If you can convince people like where you were, then this is a non-issue. This is just a complete non-event, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's all I wanted to say because it seems like such a stupid, bunch of crap. So, good luck. I hope you hope you get whatever you get out of this, man. Like,
I give I like to give support due process and give other people a shot because Xaname is being bullied right now online.
I mean, it
and
wouldn't have
doesn't
been
have
like
a
an easy
platform.
question to just ask from the get-go, like, where were you? Oh, I wasn't even in the area or the
Well,
vicinity.
you think
well,
that's
problem
stopping these
solved.
people in the chat? You think that's
No, I'm
stopping the
sure it
people in the
wouldn't,
chat, or
but
Ryan?
I mean, if you can prove you weren't even in the area, then I mean, what's the point of this? This is
Does
such a
that
waste of
prove that
time.
does that prove that she wasn't involved in the cover-up?
You know what? There's so many mental gymnastics you have to go through with this case that I am like, all I know is someone was dead in the water and it's a tragic event. But everybody else, it just seems like such a waste of time.
There you go. Not going to deny. All right. Well, thank you for the call, dude.
All right. Have a good one. Thanks.
You too, dude. All right. Muskie Queen, are you there?
I'm here.
I'm going to put a few more people. Please mute your YouTube, everybody. When you come into the Zoom, please mute your YouTube so I can actually hear you guys. All right, we're going, and I'll announce your name when we're ready for you. Muskie Queen, what's up? Someone has their YouTube not muted, so please mute it. Let's see. Muskie Queen?
Mine's already muted. Can you hear me?
Let's see. It was there. Okay. Muskie, now we got it fixed. All right, go ahead. Muskie Queen, thank you so much for being here. What's your question?
It's actually not a question. I didn't know until today who Xaname was, who Tony was, who Ryan was, but I had a thing come up. It must have been after you put up your notice that you were going to have the show about with these guys on. So I went and checked out a couple of their channels. Now, I checked out Ryan's, I checked out Tony's. I think they're both disgusting. The way they talk to people. And if they're talking to this young woman who served in the military that way, shame on them. Shame on them for talking to any woman that way, but especially someone who served. To me, from what I can see and from what I've heard, this is just a big coincidence of this young woman being there. She didn't do anything wrong. She wanted to go out for a canoe ride or a kayak ride with her dog. And then all of a sudden it turns into this big bullshit thing. It's crazy. That's why people need to keep their theories to themselves unless they have actual proof. It's so easy to accuse, just like what happened with a bunch of the other videos that I've watched on your channel, Andy. Like with Johnny Depp, he was accused of something he didn't do. And look at what it turned into.
Mm-hmm. I have a history with that too. That's why I speak up for people who are getting bullied out there.
She didn't have the proper proof. That's why she lost. Now, if he's got proof that this young woman has done something, so be it. Put it out there. Give it to the cops or give it to whoever so we can all see. You can't just say it and say, oh, because I said so.
Well said. I appreciate the comment.
Okay. Good luck, Anime.
Thank you for calling.
Don't let them bully you.
Thank you.
There you go. Sunflower Beth. Okay, Sunflower Beth, you're next. Go ahead, Zaname. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No worries. I just, every time I come, like either into the panel or anything, or anyone talks about me, the people in the chat actually getting bullied. And those are the people that should not be getting bullied because of my name.
Well, we also we can disagree. No one knows how to agree to disagree anymore. We got to just keep confronting. And it's like, you're a liar, Anime, so I must destroy your life and yell at anybody who's defending. It's a really weird. Ryan, you're doing that. Why? Like, for what? You don't have that much proof to you can't confirm it. I would dare Ryan to say 100% unequivocally that she had to do with it, because then you really would have a lawsuit. So Ryan, if you really believe that, then go say that. Otherwise, everyone's got to take a breath and back off, because there's no 100% unequivocal proof that she's involved. And we live in America. So you can make your theories, but quit being so aggressive and like coming after her and everybody who wants to support. It's wild. And that's why we're doing this show. I don't want to give attention. Someone's like, you're using Ryan Upchurch to just get clout today. This is actually a low performing show. Hate to break it to you, Ryan. You did not bring in views. I did it to do a right thing because XanamayX, requested. We didn't have a lot of stories today. I almost didn't even go live. And she reached out, and I remembered her past. I'm like, you know what? I'll step up and hear your side tonight. But I made it clear to you, XanamayX, right? I'm gonna ask you the questions. I want to ask the questions. We're going to have a conversation. Can we open up the phone lines so I can get informed as we go? And you said, yeah, that's fine. And I respect that. That's always a good sign. Anybody who's afraid of that stuff, huge red flags for me. So far, so good. I got no issue. Honey Badger says, if she wasn't there, how did she get the video of the Hispanic party at the site right next to the kids' party occurring at the same time? Do you have an answer for that?
Snapchat maps. It's a screen recording of the Snapchat maps. It's open source.
Sorry, XanamayX. The only weird part there is that you have Snapchat. It's a weird app. That's the biggest conspiracy theory out of that. People still have Snapchat? What the hell?
I still have an AOL account too.
Uh-oh.
I do too. I think somewhere. All right, we have Sunflower. Are you? Did you have anything else? Did you have a question to ask?
I do. XanamayX, hi. I wanted you to explain a little bit more. Watch the video where you talk about taking a tumble. You said twice at least. I took a tumble. I started to fall. I grabbed my phone. I wanted to record the fall that you're already falling. I wanted to record it, broke my charger, had to hold on to my dog as I was falling. How do you take a fall, grab your phone, break your charger, and grab your dog all at the same time? And in that same video, you pulled up your shirt sleeve to reveal the bruises. Sorry if you can hear my dog. Otis, enough. You revealed your arm that had a lot of bruises on it, and then you had a white bandage on it. To me, those bruises not only didn't look like something from taking a tumble, no scratches, no scrapings, no scabs, but they look like finger marks. You have a bunch of circular dots in that video. And I don't understand how you get a bunch of little circle bruises that look like fingerprints. And I don't understand the fall in the sequence. How do you fall, grab your phone? Does that make sense? Could you explain that a little more?
So you got a little bit backwards. So what I wanted to do is take the footage. So I grabbed my phone out of the pocket, right? And my charger, it was plugged into the portable charger that was in my pocket. Just kind of wanted to put it out there. It's not 10-foot charger that's attached to my car. And so I grabbed my phone and I tumbled. I literally got clumsy and I slipped. My dog was already on the leash. So I had to grab my dog because he was coming down a hill with me. And the bruises, it just happened, but I did not show you the rest of my body. I had scrapes on my knees. I had scrapes on my elbows. So
that makes sense. But again, in the video, you said on more than once that in the sequence, you took a tumble, you wanted to grab your phone to record it. And so I understand your sequence now, but the fact that the bruises you were showing on your arm that you said were from the fall being little circular fingerprint-esque bruises. So maybe you did have bruises somewhere else on your body, but what about the ones on your arm that don't reflect a fall at all?
I don't know how the bruises happen. Like I had twigs and branches and everything is like hitting my arm.
And again, I don't want to hold you to the fire, but the 5-minute little version of your fall and the showing of the bruises, it just didn't reflect a fall.
Yeah,
a
well,
fall
also
happens and fast forward, you know?
yeah, also you saw that it wasn't a bandage on my shoulder. It was actually a patch because my shoulder was hurting.
I got you. I wear those too. All right. Well, I appreciate that. I just wanted to clarify. I mean, I just still don't feel comfortable with the small fingerprint bruises. There's just no way that you can explain to me how those bruises appeared from a fall, because they're all around your arm. They're literally all around your arm. There's about 20 of them. So that makes me feel uncomfortable and a little like unable to follow the story as you're telling it.
Yeah, I get it. But the thing is, moral of the story, moral of everything in here, and I do appreciate your question, and I will answer as many as I can. But moral of the story is I'm not guilty of any kind of crime. And why is every single story is getting picked and everything? So
you mean picked apart?
That's what true crime does. We do that. We like Nerd Report. I apologize. I don't know your name. But that's what we do in true crime. Like you said, Nerd Report, you're glad you didn't go. Why?
Yeah.
Because we'd be ripping you apart. Or at least we'd try to.
I don't give a shit.
No, you don't. No, but
I mean,
you know what I'm saying. You know
I'm
what I'm
actually
saying.
jealous a little bit of XanamayX because she's getting all the attention.
Because she's got an awesome name and she's getting recognition.
But I do think look, we started reporting on Kylie because you know, we're nerds, we have fun, but maybe it's bringing the attention because we thought she was missing. It wasn't an accident to people who normally wouldn't look at the true crime community. And you know, and the fact of the matter is 6 days after this event happened, Ryan started uploading. He was actually late to the game. So he kind of like bandwagoned on it. For someone who's like the leader, it's kind of weird. You look at his first video on it, it was kind of late. That's okay because it's good that he came in there and brought attention to it. But it's like when the true crime community starts going with like wacky theories and the credibility gets lost, right? That's the way I look at it. And with all due respect, is it Sunflower?
Yes.
I do respect that you have your theories and stuff and stuff. And even Linda, who's part of our team, I believe she disagrees as well and stuff. And she's welcome too. But I don't know, like if we're going to come out with a theory, let's make it a little bit more like realistic, I think, because like for a minute there, I thought there was no party. It was so weird. Right?
I still don't think there's a party, by the way.
I do now, but that was a weird, like 300 kids with no social media. And
do you have a picture to prove the party happened? Come on.
Well, we cannot prove the party happened. And the people who were there said, look, the party's weird, no pictures. I'm going to give you that. But what does that have to do with anime? You know what I mean? And like, I think she'd stick out like a sore thumb among 18-year-olds. No offense, you look extremely young, but not 18.
I don't know. They said there were adults there. Would she stick out like a sore thumb? She looks kind of young to me. I'm 45.
She looks young.
Everybody between like 10 to 25 is like 12. So let's be clear.
Well, hey, listen. The way I look at it, though, let the cops knock on XanamayX's door. She's not scared of it, obviously, right? She's not scared of it.
My questions aren't based on like, is she guilty of a crime? Like, did she put Kylie in that trunk? That's not my.
What is the theory? What exactly is the theory out there? Because I kind of
just start to cut it. Not to cut you off. I literally have so many people on this line, and I don't mean to interrupt.
I'm just giving you time,
but Beth, I'm just giving you a heads up. Thank you. No, I was just waiting.
Thanks for
Thank
the
you
call.
so much, Beth. I have like 10 people in the waiting room right now they're all here. I'll address a name. We do have to wrap up the show soon, and I know XanamayX's gonna go. I have to go. So I'm trying to quickly do some power rounds here. So real quickly, Lake Time Online, I see you're there. Quick question or comment.
Yeah, did you know that Andy Signore here said this show is low performing, implying you're a crappy guest?
Sorry,
no, Ryan Upchurch was what they said.
Okay,
you're using Ryan's name.
Question. Sorry.
I don't think Xanamay.
I do agree with that. I do.
I'll ask real quick. Xanamay, do you work for NASA?
Yes.
Okay, how many years until retirement? 2?
It's 1 year until military retirement.
Does your commanding officer know you're online in the middle of drama?
Yes,
Why?
because it's all.
I mean, why
over
is this your
there.
business? Why is her work life your
Well,
business,
because
dude? Like, what's
commanding
the-
officers
what-
wouldn't let her on here with this drama
She
unless
just
she
said-
was commanded
she
to
just
be
said
on here
yes,
with this
though.
drama.
I am not
But she just said
representing
yes.
any agency. I'm not representing any agency. I'm not representing my job. I'm not representing military department. I am here purely on my own and as a civilian.
And that information wasn't public. I mean, it wasn't really shared publicly. Like that was provided by Ryan.
No, that's
you know
all
that,
public.
right?
No. I publicly
No, but I'm
look at all
saying-
myself. No.
No, but I'm just
back
saying,
off. Hold
yeah,
on.
but
stop.
That
I
was
got one
not
more
something
question.
Zaname.
One more question.
Dude, it's my show. It's my show,
No,
brother.
I got you.
So
One
if
more
you want to
question.
be respectful, I'm going to respond, and then you can respond to me, or you're not being respectful. Are we cool? Because what I was trying to say is,
cool. We're
Zaname, did you put in your videos, like make that public to the persona you have online that you work for NASA?
It is public information.
Thank you.
No, but did you
Last
put
question.
that out there in your content?
It
'Cause
doesn't
you told me
matter.
you
We
didn't.
had
That's
white
why I'm
pages
confused.
back in the day where you could look up anybody in your neighborhood. Stop.
Yeah, but I could look you up. You could look me up. I was
Okay, look me
confused
up.
because Anime, you told me they doxed your work. Did they not do that, or were you lying to me?
What?
Wait, I'm sorry. What is your question?
You told me in the chat, and the reason I'm asking is because you told me they revealed you worked for NASA. That's why I'm responding, caller. So let me press her to make sure I understand what she was telling me. Because you told me Ryan put that out there. So you had already revealed to your YouTube people you worked for NASA.
I did not reveal. But it is.
Okay, I'm confused on that now because you told me that was different. So that's why I was having a problem with that, caller. But caller, go ahead, get whatever else you need out quickly,
All right,
please.
Last one. Is Zaname, is there anything about this Kylie Rodney case that you were lying about?
About the case? No, I'm not lying.
About all of this?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Lake Time Online. Let's see here. So just so I'm clear, because I'm hearing both answers now, and I'm not trying to be pushy. I'm confused. I know people can look up. They can look up all of our information. That's the beauty of the internet. But certain people like keep their names offline on their YouTube channel. They don't volunteer it. Is what I'm trying to ask you. Did you volunteer that personal information when you were doing your YouTube content?
Not at the beginning.
Okay. When did you do that?
I put the videos, the 2 videos of me saving my family from Ukraine, and I did mention in those articles. And I did it after everything else, and my first name and my last name start getting leaked out into the chats, and people start doxing me, and they start calling me Stolen Valor. So instead of people calling me Stolen Valor, those videos were already out there. That's public information, and I wanted to make sure they actually see it.
Okay, well that's what's out because I was getting confused because you just said it there but that's what I'm trying to line up. They were putting out your personal information, including your working at NASA.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. We have Alexander Glass. Are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's your question or comment for us?
I just wanted to say 3 quick things. First, about this coincidence, I just want to say that, look, everything is a numbers game. And I'll give you an example. If you took all the people who have ever been killed by a stranger, and you looked into those cases, and of those, you added up all the cases where a domestic violence situation also existed at home, that number would definitely not be 0. So if the police didn't search further into those cases, a relatively innocent dirtbag would be in prison, but worse, the real killer would be out on the street. So just because you have reasons to suspect something doesn't mean you have the real story. So her being in the area is a coincidence. I remember the Aaron Corwin case where someone drove through the area where they found a car. Hundreds of YouTubers drove to 29 Palms to investigate that case. It doesn't mean they all killed Aaron. Like even though 29 Palms isn't a tourist destination per se. Thirdly, people who come from foreign lands often have different mannerisms.
I think he's covering up his speaker because we can't hear him.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, that's better.
Sorry. So just because people went to 29 Palms or were YouTubers doesn't mean that they were the ones who killed her. So, and thirdly, people who come from foreign lands often have different mannerisms. It's how it is, and a different affect you might not understand, and sometimes it can come off as suspicious to some people, but that's all it is. Like an example, in America, it's a rude gesture to flick your chin, but in Italy it just means I decline something. So those are the thoughts that I wanted to share. Like
all right, thank you, man. You're not wrong. The odds of it being the conspiracy theory that's being out there is astronomically small.
Mm-hmm.
That's valid. I appreciate the call, Alexander. And then Leanna, are you there, Leanna?
I'm here. How are you?
I'm good. What's up? What do you want to ask?
I just want to say I'm sorry for what you're going through. I actually have watched this go down. I watched when Ryan Upchurch, whatever, on his video said that you buried your dog out there, and all of his little followers are all complicit in this. They're making your life miserable. They're making other people's lives miserable for absolutely no reason. They have no proof. It's absolutely disgusting, and his followers are complicit in it. Everybody that's saying that he did not say she said that XanamayX buried her dog out there, or implied, just like he implied a helicopter was following him around his house. He's on drugs. I've known people that's on drugs. He's out of his mind.
I mean,
and y'all need to stop.
Allegedly. I gotta be careful.
Okay, allegedly.
You suspect he is.
You can look at his eyes, like you can watch his eyes. Like,
I mean, he might be smoking weed, though. He might be smoking weed, and that's legal in certain places.
It's a lot. It's a lot more than weed, let me tell you. But like, everybody needs to stop. Everybody needs to stop. They're ruining lives, and people that allow him to do this are helping him ruin people's lives. This girl died.
I agree on that.
This girl has died, and that's just the end of it right there. This is XanamayX. Okay, she went on a kayak. She lives in that area. So what? But he just happened to pick her. That's the only.
Well, I mean, it's like
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like how many people went on kayaks during that period that maybe it's like, so everybody who went in a kayak in that period is guilty. I mean, that's how it's sort of treating. It's like, I understand that they're all right. XanamayX's sus. Great. You're allowed to think that, guys. No one's telling you you're not, but how much more do we need to hammer it? I don't know. It's very strange to me. I appreciate the call, Leanna.
All right.
There were other people with the kayaks at the same time that I was too.
I'm sure. I mean, when Ventures with Purpose was there, they had to be super quiet, remember? Because there were a lot of tourists there. They made a point of saying that. It was clearly a very popular spot. I'm sorry, there's so many. I'm not trying to run away from everything, so I'm just picking randomly. I don't even know who these names are. But callers, if we can go through quick, just so I can try and bang out several, just so I made sure everybody got their chance. We're not running from anything. Abby Gale, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, what's up? Real quick, what's your thought or question?
Real quick. I was watching about the when they were doxing you, right? So when exactly did they dox you? Like when did your information become public without your permission?
Right after I left the stream.
So what stream was it? Like what day was it?
The stream that I got harassed on with Ryan, the last time I actually talked to him. And on that stream, they took it down. Well, I think Tony took it down, but right after that, and then there's the next day, other people start digging into my information. I start getting emails into places where I probably should not be getting emails. My work email got leaked out as well. So,
right. What do you know? What day that was?
I don't remember when it was, but I can tell you.
The only reason I'm curious is because I was just looking at it, like when you were mentioning it, I was looking at what day you released your Ukraine video, and that was August 23rd. So if you show that they released your information before you posted that video, then you can show that they were doxing you. Just trying that front.
Yes.
I think, I mean, I watched this entire like crap show go down because that's really what it was. And it truly seemed as though there was like animosity, not like animosity, but maybe dislike towards, you know, Ryan in the beginning in that very first encounter. And I think that's what sparked the whole thing. I think he was picking up on some of it. And like, then you started picking up on some of it. And it ended up just being like a knockdown drag out, which Ryan's the king at. So like bad choice to get into it with him. But at the same time, I think that triggered you to be really defensive. And I think that's where this is coming from. It's not that you're lying necessarily. It's just you're trying to be defensive towards yourself, rightfully so. People are coming at you. And in that is almost being defensive to the point where when you should back down, you didn't. You know, like whenever he was obviously trying to get you to say like, oh, Ryan didn't say I killed my dog, but he heavily implied it. And if you would have just said that, I was like, just say that, you know, because it was heavily implied, but he didn't directly say that. And I was just waiting for you to say it. It's like, no.
And you're right. You're right. I was literally looking for this word in my brain, and I'm being under pressure, and then have to deal with a lot of people in the chat, and then try to read the chat. And I just could not say it at the time.
Yeah.
But yes, I was wrong on the situation. And I meant to say implied, not actually said.
Right. And I think it's just all blown up from there. And like in not backing down in that moment, that's what triggered all of the like, she did this. And just to throw it out there, I think both of you are wrong. I think it was a tragic accident. I mean, it's a 16-year-old girl that made a decision to drive home really late at night. It's dark out there at the lake. You know what I mean? And you could easily, drunk or not, take a wrong turn and end up in the lake. And I think it's tragic and it's awful. But it's time to let her parents grieve. And it's time to let all of it just kind of fade until we get that autopsy back and figure out if she had water in her lungs or not. Because that's the end all be all. If she had water in her lungs, there it is. If she didn't, that's when we need to start investigating. But it's time to let the parents grieve.
I agree.
Well, there you go. I appreciate the comment. Thank you for the call, Abby. Britt, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
We can. If you can go quick, please keep concise. Sorry, but we try to get more callers in quickly. What's your comment or question?
XanamayX, I just wanted to say, I know you've been through a lot with all this. It's all crazy. I'm so sorry. None of this should have happened.
Wait, is this mysteriously Britney?
What?
Is it mysteriously Britney?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's
a really good channel. So you just sounded like her.
I actually know her, but no, I'm not the same Britney. But anyways, I just kind of picked a couple comments out from the chat that I was just kind of interested in too. One of them was, sure. So someone said she's from another country and there's a language barrier, but she's a vet. So can you still be a veteran even though you're from another country? I know the answer to this, but it seems like a lot of people in chat don't know the answer. So can you explain that?
Yes, you can join the military with a green card.
Yes. So chat, please understand that you can still be a vet.
A lot of ignorant,
even though if you're not
a lot of
from
ignorant
the country.
Chats. Yes, thank you for clarifying
there was another kind of crazy one I saw. If I can just do one more. Someone else said, are we going to forget that someone was talking about gangbanging someone then? And I'm sorry, I know what that's alluding to. That's a Tony chat that has nothing to do with XanamayX. So I don't know why people keep mentioning that in the chat.
Well, furthermore, that Ryan pulled that. I saw that screenshot, one of his videos. It's clear Tony didn't respond to it. He's looking at like his Facebook messages, and it's clearly a spam account that's been inactivated. And he didn't respond. It was someone who sent to him, and you could tell because it was from 30 weeks ago or something, and then the next one was 40 weeks ago. That whole screenshot. There was another one that looked very spammy. It was very clear that he was just checking I have that too. You check an account that doesn't look right, and it did not. That looked like total spam that comes in. We've all gotten that spam, and that does not prove anything to me. It was another example of just, well, it doesn't look good. You should have cleaned it up or deleted it, but sometimes you don't even check the spam. You got so much crap in there. But I thank you for bringing that up, because I thought that was really annoying as a gotcha moment.
Yeah. I mean, I still think Tony is sus, don't get me wrong. But
I don't like Tony. I don't like him. But that one was like, well, that's a stretch.
Like, Andy, I could send you a message right now saying the same thing, and it would show up in your messages. And
correct. It doesn't mean I endorsed it or responded.
So
exactly.
I don't know. That whole thing was kind of weird. I don't know. There's
and you'd think he would, if he was into, I was gonna say, if he was into such things, he'd be responding to it.
Yeah, right?
You know what I mean? He wouldn't leave it for 30 weeks. He wouldn't just like leave it like, oh, I'm gonna tease that for all these weeks.
Right.
Thank you for the comments. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good night, everyone.
You too, Britt. Rebecca?
Yeah. Hey, Andy.
Hello.
Can you hear
Real
me?
quick, what's your thoughts, questions? I can.
Okay. I just have two quick things. One, like, they just said she's from another country, so there's, a little language thing that may have misconstrued, and people are like, oh, she's guilty. But like she just said, there were 300 other people up there. Her biggest mistake was maybe siding with Ronnie, because the first time I heard that call, I was like, he sounds a little suspect. But then I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? If something happened at some place, like we used to party at the airport, and if some girl had ended up dead at an airport, I probably would have called the channel and been like, hey, I used to party at that airport, and whatever. So once Ronnie sort of explained it, I was like, yeah, he's not involved. But with Anime, what they did was totally unfair. And with Upchurch, doing his little, oh, look, you can scramble the letters, Well, his name is Upchurch. I mean, I'm Catholic, but we all know that the Catholic Church has done a lot of really bad things with a lot of little kids. So without unscrambling your name, Ryan, oh, look, you play with little kids.
PU Church? I mean, for real. Yeah, totally.
I wouldn't have my name be, I love the Catholic Church, even though I do, but like I know that they have huge problems.
Well said. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you for the call.
No, thank you. Hey, Andy, we talked a long time ago about the Amazing Race shaving the head episode.
Oh, yeah, that was a wild scene. That was a good one. Good to see you back, Rebecca. Please keep watching.
Oh, every
Thank
day.
you so much. Oh, sorry. Every day, she said. Anne, real quick.
Okay, I have two questions.
You there, Anne?
Can you hear me?
Yep. Spit out the questions. Yep, I can hear you. What are the questions?
Okay, excellent. When you say you were there was a Mexican party going on, how did you know there was a Mexican party going on?
Well, there was a music, and it was a very cultural party. And I just made a decision, and I didn't say Mexican. I said Hispanic because it was a Hispanic music playing.
But my wording is because I know something. I'm a local from this town, so I found something out, and I just want to curious how it works out to you. When you were there at that party, did anybody call 911 that night?
I was not at any party.
How do you know there was music there?
Snapchat. It's a video from Snapchat.
Okay, and then my next question is: Elise, your niece?
My niece has nothing to do with it. My 11-year-old niece that I rescued from Ukraine has nothing to do.
No, I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking the one that's either Elise or Elaine or Ella.
Can we not dox her niece? Why are you trying to dox her niece? Like what are you trying to prove here?
Because the reason I'm saying that is because she was at the party that night. So the Snapchat that she got, could that have been from her niece that lives in Truckee?
Was your niece at the party? Didn't you already answer this, Anna? Was your niece at the party?
My niece was not at the party. I was not at the party. My niece, 11-year-old niece, has nothing to do with this. I have nothing to do with this.
Okay, my next question
and
for you.
See the problem? Well, hold on. But hold on, caller. I am going to interrupt now. Do you see the problem? Are you asking why are you asking that question? Like, where did you get this intel?
Because I am a local of Truckee and I know all the kids and I've talked to all of them. And so,
So
I
this
one
is
question-
intel that you. Sorry, well,
I know
I'm
for a
asking you some questions. You know for a fact what? That her niece was there?
I don't know that. No, I was asking if her niece was the one that had sent her a Snapchat from the party, and she said that she heard the music. So I was curious on who sent it to her, or did 3 girls from a store in our town send it to you?
No one sent it to me. It's on the Snapchat open source maps. And I did a screen or not screenshot, but screen recording of the open source tool that is available on Snapchat.
Okay, that's all I mean, there's lots of other questions.
I mean,
I also know that
she said a bunch of times that her niece is 11. It's just like it's kind of. Do you really feel the need to like keep at? Do you think she's lying about that? And I'm asking genuinely because I'm not trying to.
Someone Snapchatted something recently that her niece is Ellis or Elaine, whatever you want to call it.
Well, let's not keep saying the names. If she's an 11-year-old girl, should we keep
She's not
saying
11,
asking what her name is?
She's not 11 years old. She's not. She was a senior.
Her niece is not 11.
Yes.
So you're saying Xana is lying about her niece who's not. That's what I'm trying to understand. So your theory is she's lying about her niece who's not 11.
I believe that she's not telling the truth on her age of her niece.
Okay. Well, why do you feel like that way? Let's press it. Why do you say that?
Because I've seen pictures of her and on her Snapchat and on her website and on her Facebook that she is related to the girl that they're taking. That's in all the pictures with Kylie at Donner Lake. Same girl.
The same girl that's in pictures with Kylie is Xana's niece, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay. You're 100% positive on that.
Yes.
Okay. Xana, what is your response to that? There are pictures of your niece with Kylie?
My 11-year-old niece has nothing to do with this case, and there are no pictures.
So
Okay.
Are there, but I asked a specific question. Are there pictures of her with Kylie with your niece?
No.
Yeah.
No. Okay. So, but the pictures you have of some who aren't 11 isn't 11. You're saying there's an older woman in a picture with Kylie. How are you deducing that that's her niece?
Because it's been all over Snapchat and Facebook and Twitter. And
Well, that's not reliable. That's not reliable at all. No, I understand you live in Truckee. I'm not even trying to be mean. I'm just like, how do you know it's her niece?
I 100% don't, but that's why I'm asking her questions.
You said, well, see, this is why I'm frustrated because you said you were positive.
I
See
have
what you
seen
said,
that
and
it
now
says
you're saying you're not.
I have seen that it says XanamayX niece with it posted on a picture of Donner Lake on a dock.
Caller, just because someone says on Snapchat something doesn't mean it's true.
Okay.
I mean, you don't see that, think that's dangerous? And I'm not trying to be mean to you, but you are proving the problem because you're believing what you're reading through theories on Snapchat. And what if you're wrong, caller, and her niece is 11 and her 11-year-old niece is being doxxed? Do you have a problem with that?
11-year-old not being. I don't know the girl's name. I don't know. That's what I've been told.
That's not my question. That's not my question. Do you have a problem could you be wrong?
No.
Okay, you're confident you're right. Okay, even though you just said you're not sure it's her niece, but you're confident you're not wrong.
I don't. Somehow if it's not her niece, she is somehow related to XanamayX. Anime, whatever.
You don't even know her name. Okay, look, I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but this is absurd. You can't confirm it, and you just told me you can. Why do you feel that way?
The reason why I'm questioning about the party is because I know for a fact that the party that the Mexican girls were at, or the Hispanic girls were at, called the police of 911 to say that a car went into the.
You were there, so why aren't we? Are you guilty? Because Ronnie was there too, right? Who are you? Do we need to go dox you and figure that out? I mean, that's what these people are going to do. Do you not see how crazed it's getting? How do we know you have such involvement with the party? Are you covering up one of the kids who did it?
No, but I've talked to the kids that were there.
Oh, well, you say that to me, but how do I know that? You seem to have evidence about the party. Lewis, am I right? I can use the Upchurch style now to really hammer this caller if I wanted to say you're guilty. Do you not see that that's what's happening also? Lewis, you're muted.
I went on Snapchat and someone said that's not related to Xanamay. So which one should I believe?
Yeah, I mean, if someone wants to prove, I don't want to. I don't want to dox an 11-year-old, but I just you said you were sure, and then you said you weren't, and I'm just frustrated because it's like, well, what is it?
I asked her if it was true. That is the question that I asked her. I asked her.
Well, if she's lying, she's not going to tell you the truth, right?
I guess.
But I'm asking you, caller, how are you sure?
Yeah, you happy?
Say that again.
Anyway, people are like, why are you defending Xanamay? This has nothing to do with Xanamay. The caller is literally saying things are factual when you can't confirm they're factual. And that is my issue with all of this. You can have your theories, caller. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you. I hope you don't feel like I'm pushing just because you're pushing her. Because I'm just like, well, what's true and what's not? How are you so sure on things? And you're telling me you are, and then you aren't. And it's confusing. She answered the question. She said no. Did you have anything else you wanted to ask?
Nope, that's all.
All right. Well, thank you for the calls. There we go. Was that Ann that was just on?
Yes. Eve.
Okay, Eve.
Next.
Hi. Can you hear me okay?
Hello, Eve. Yeah. Yes, I can hear you. I'm just getting frustrated.
I understand. Trust me, I understand.
Such a head.
Xanamay.
Go ahead. What's your thought?
Yes. So I wanted to come up here to kind of shed a little light into the mind of Ryan. Unfortunately, I had the displeasure of being on a panel that was in the background. I don't know what that's called, backstage. I don't know what you call that. And I was having a conversation with him to try to figure out his reasoning. And his reasoning, he was trying to come out with the clip that he came up of a little girl that was supposed to be a younger version of Kylie, but spelled with a C. He disclosed it to all of us. There were several people in it. And he said, this is her, a younger version of her with a different spelling. And I told him, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't see the connection. She didn't look anything like Kylie. So then he started to go in on me. And I said, Ryan, you know, you're a good critical thinker, but sometimes you go into outer space and you need to bring it down a little bit. And he said, why do you say that? Xanamay said that. Do you know Xanamay? And just to be clear, I do not know Xanamay. And I am so sorry that he went after her the way he did. I'm sorry for everything that she's had to go through. But just because I said that, he went after me. And the next day, he made a video where he showed my face, said it found a little girl that kind of looked like me, and said that we're the same person and that's a younger version of me and that I'm friends with Kylie. That's how unreasonable and irrational his thinking is. And he made it out as fact.
I don't like that if that's true.
It's true. I would love to show you the video, but I've got to ask the person that, because she streamed it privately. And I would love for her to show that video. I think if she showed that video, and I hate because I showed my face because he gets these crazy ideas when people don't show their face. So I showed my face, but I'm a therapist and I don't want to be attached to a murder or a missing person. I don't know what it is at this point. I don't want to have my face attached to that. So I showed my face because it was private, and he took my screenshot of that and then just put it out there. And he said that I was a psychiatrist and that he doesn't think I'm a psychiatrist. I don't profess to be a psychiatrist. There's a difference between a doctor of psychology and a psychiatrist. But he put it out there vindictively to get back at me because he thought I was protecting Xanamay or that I knew Xanamay. I don't know which of the two, but I don't either.
That's such a weird, dangerous place to go. Anybody who's going to support Xanamay is in on it. It's just, it's a weird tactic he's doing to just sort of rally a base is what's going on. And that, I'm sorry, I'm not afraid and I don't care. This is not something that should keep going. I'm here because I don't like anybody just keep getting smacked who doesn't even have a large enough platform to properly address it. You guys can believe whatever you want, but we don't have to be so aggressive to each other. It's really gross. It's really just troubling. Even if Xanamay's lying, well then it'll come out. Karma will always get everybody. I don't know what Xanamay. I don't know her well, and I hope she's not lying. But I'm gonna try to be respectful to my guest. And now Ryan's just fueling people to come after me because I'm not letting him in the show. Oh, it's just like, wow, go cry some more, dude. Jesus, it's not about
it's
you.
It's irrational and it's irresponsible because he's presenting it as fact. And a lot of people are having to be involved in something they're not involved in. I hope that something does get done. He needs to be stopped. How many people need to be put out there like that?
Well, it's not going to stop until someone actually files papers, and I hope you guys do. You should all team up.
I'm definitely on board.
You,
for
Mel,
whoever
I connect you guys, or hit me up. I'll connect you guys. You should pursue action if this is all legit, and he's been doing that behavior. You can get him for it. So he should be more careful in what he's putting out there. And if he's doing it with malice, which it seems like sometimes he is, that's not okay. So thank you for the call, Eve.
That video will show malice because you can see in his expression how it changes when I'm questioning his reasoning.
Yeah, I mean, it's very like Amber Heard team tactics. Honestly,
Definitely.
like you're against us, then we're going to turn you into an evil person. It's just a lot of weird narcissism and gaslighting where I'm like, all right, well, I heard your theory, dude, but I don't want to keep hearing it. And anybody who disagrees with you is now in on the conspiracy. Like that's a dangerous level of crazy. Sorry, not into it. Thank you so much for the call, Eve. Illusion. Hello, Illusion. Yes, real quick. Thoughts?
Okay. So first of all, I want to say I don't think that XanamayX is any way involved like in any of the crime stuff, but I do not trust her. But I do thank her for her service. I think that's very admirable in what she did for her family in Ukraine. But however, I know it's super crazy in your chat, but you're missing a lot of things and a lot of signs. And one, she said, I'm watching your panel, and she specifically said that she went with her friend to the chemo when she kayaked and spent the night with her friend that night. Then she turned around and said on your panel that she spent the night in her car. She said that on your show today. She did. You can go back, Lewis, all you want to. Go back and listen.
The chemo thing is the first time I ever heard that. The car maybe alluded
she
to
said
it.
that. Okay, she said that, but she also said she
Okay,
spent
so
the night with that friend.
Okay, so what happened then? Like, what exactly did she do on the night of?
She's saying, I'm just saying,
hold on,
why is
No, Lewis is spot on. Caller, we're in a, sorry, Lewis, let me help you. We're in a time crunch. I got to wrap up. Lewis, please keep going. He wants to know, what do you think? Forget it. She lied. Let's admit she lied. What do you think she did? What do you think she did?
I just think she's lying. She's making
But
lies.
what did she
do?
So what? Maybe she is lying and wants clout. Okay, she's lying and wants clout. What's the crime she did though? Why are you so like? What's the what?
She did any crime, and I think okay. So why was she on the live press conference on TV?
You tell me.
I don't know. I'm asking her.
What press conference?
The first press conference, you were on there.
I was not there.
You were on there. There's video of it.
Okay, send me the video. Send me the video. You're saying it so confidently. I don't want to. There's too many doxers right now. Send it. Hit me on social media. I'm on Insta, Twitter.
Okay.
DM it to me there. I'll go open and check real quick.
I don't think she committed any crimes. I just think there's a lot of. I would like to know why she said she spent the night with her friend, but then she spent the night in her car. Just doesn't make any sense. And I hope that you go back through your stream, although it's long, and you listen to those little things. And she does.
I have no doubt.
She does this little smirk when she gets caught in these questionable things that she has said, and everybody in your chat has noticed it, and they're screaming
Oh my God, she has a smirk because she's from the Ukraine. They have very tight skin.
Yeah, I mean-
They're very beautiful people. Okay, it's not a smirk.
Caller,
It's
I'm interrupting. I'm only interrupting everybody because I have to leave, and I've stayed way longer than I was supposed to. And this is way longer than Xanamay. So I don't mean to interrupt, and everyone's like rude, saying I'm being rude. I'm not trying to be rude, and everybody who I'm going to speak to, I'm going to overtalk you because I have to keep. I'm producing the show, and I have to leave. I have to leave. She has to leave. So I'm not trying, but I was just going to say, like, if you want to send me that video to prove something that's wrong, great. I just want to cut to the chase and get to the important stuff. And because my issue is like, okay, maybe she lied. Okay, great.
And I will send you.
But I want to ask you, hold
on stream.
Maybe she lied, but like, do you think it warrants all the doxing of her kids and everything else? Like, and the accusations Ryan throwing? Well, thank you. We're in agreement then. So there it is.
No,
we're totally in agreement.
I don't believe she
and I
committed
appreciate
any
that.
crimes, and I do not think that she should be put through what she's being put through. But at the same time, it's obviously affecting her, and I think maybe she should step away from it because she's fragile, she's vulnerable right now, and it's not fair to her. So that's just my advice to her. Is I get she wants to try to prove her story, but like people are attacking her and now going after her family, and that's not cool.
Well, like right now, someone just made a super chat, and I removed it just because you're like putting her whole name out. Why? Like, you can go look it up. I'll read the comment. I'm going to try and read. If you need to go at the end, I'll read some comments. But I deleted that comment because we don't need to have it all out there. People can go find themselves. I'm not here to help dox or get her personal information out. If you want to go do that,
I don't
you,
think
you
that's
go do
correct. And Zanamay, I do thank you for your service. I think it's very admirable, and the whole NASA, all of it. And I do appreciate all of that. And I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm trying to get to some of these comments quick. Kimberly, if you refuse to let Ryan speak.
I don't know how to exit.
Oh, thank you. Let's see here. There you go. If you refuse to let Ryan speak, I haven't done that. My guest has. And she's here to talk about Ryan. And Ryan's a public figure, like a very big one, 2 million followers. Why is he the victim right now? It's very strange how he's like painting himself of he can't do it. He can talk wherever he wants to right now, just not right now when my guest is here. And I've invited him if he needs it. Ryan, if you need it, hit me up and you can come on and give your response. I don't need it, but if you do, my man, by all means, to be fair, I'll grant that to you and I'll be civil with you unless you're disrespectful to me. But there you go, Kimberly. It's not wrong to, he's out there doing this a lot. And I have a problem with the way he handled this case. I have a problem with him saying that the case wasn't real, that she doesn't exist, that it was a GoFundMe scam. That's despicable. It's dangerous what's going on. And a lot of this stuff is just theories without facts that you can see from my own comments. People are getting really aggressive, and I think it's too aggressive, Ryan. I think it's too aggressive. You can do what you want without being aggressive and doxing people. That's just not my style. We'll have to agree to disagree, brother. Real quick, was it home laptop? Did I get you? Are you there? I'm trying to, all right, let's see.
Hello.
Home laptop? Yeah, real quick. What's your question? Thank you for calling.
Hi, Andy. Hi, Lewis. Thank you for having Johnny Depp's back. Congrats to Johnny Depp, first of all. I wanted to ask Xana, did she know Ronnie or Ikmel or this Miro guy?
I don't know them personally. I do not know them personally.
Okay, I would like to point out that I think what irked a lot of people, including Ryan, was the fact that you stood up for somebody like Ronnie, this Ronnie guy that you never met, number one. And then another time you said, you were talking about this beautiful Hispanic party. Did you see it to know that it was beautiful? And if you did, how?
I thought it was pretty. I thought it was beautiful. It was purely my own opinion. And that the videos from Snapchat, just wanted to put it out there again.
Okay. And you said that you wanted to start a YouTube channel to, make money to help your family, correct?
No, I wanted to start the YouTube channel to just kind of put out the educational videos during the start of this war.
Oh, I guess I'm confused because I thought in the beginning of the video, you said it was to, make money and help your family I started
my business. I started the business that I have to help out for them to have jobs.
I see. Do you guys know that Ryan Upchurch, he's not on drugs, but do you guys know he started out as the biggest troll on YouTube? Did you know that?
Yeah, I mean, I know he started off he did a lot of despicable things about Gabby Petitio during that trial, and some people have sent me other things, but I knew he was doing he sort of tried to blow up other true crime stuff and do some stuff like that. Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, I mean, he started out as a big troll, you know, many years ago. That's, you know, and then he started coming out with his songs and his music and all of that. He's a very giving person. He even gave me free tickets to go to his show, you know. So I think people are off about him, but I tell you what I think irks him is that, see, I have one daughter that's in the National Guard. She went through boot camp at 17 before she ever graduated. She busts her butt every day. She has no time to do anything but mechanic school, heavy equipment, machine operator. You know, she's amazing. Anyone who can do those things are amazing. My other two children, my daughter and my son, died in 2018 and 2019, respectively. And I feel for this lady because the YouTubers are making fun. They're making fun and making money on these channels over dead children. We're making this about Xana. I mean, honestly, seriously, this is about a dead
mention
girl.
something? May
It's
I
about a
mention
dead
something?
girl. Kylie. It's about Kylie Rodney. Not you, Xana.
Facts.
I'm sorry, but this hits deep because I've watched it go on and on and on.
But also Ryan, let's call them all out. If you're going to call Xana out, no?
Ryan's trolling the YouTubers for doing it. That's why he's doing
No,
this.
sorry, you lost me. No, he's causing weird beefs and he's putting out accusations and he said she wasn't real. You were okay with him saying she wasn't real? That this was a GoFundMe scam?
I know why he's doing it. I mean,
you're a fan of his. You're being blind. You're being blind.
No.
Now you're biased.
No.
That's not okay to say to her. Do you think Kylie's family liked what Ryan said?
I think this is all hurtful to her mother.
Yeah.
It's
saying that's
terrible.
way worse than anything Xana did. I'm at a loss, caller. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but how did Xana do anything worse than saying she's not real? This is a GoFundMe scam.
No, by inserting herself.
But
into
please answer the question. What did Xana do that was worse than
I'm
that?
trying to answer you, Andy. She inserted herself into this case of a dead girl that was missing at the time and acted like she knew Ronnie. She acted like she knew Iqmal and they were 100% on the up and up. She went over the water, over the car where Kylie was found. She made herself look suspect to build a YouTube channel.
How is that worse? How is that worse than anything all the other news and channels are doing? And how is that worse than saying Kylie wasn't real and it's all a GoFundMe scam to her parents? You're not answering my question.
Think about it. Don't you think that's a little crazy?
No, I don't. That's not worse. I didn't say that. I've criticized her on this show, but you're ignoring the real issue. If you really think a YouTuber making videos without being disrespectful, but making videos is worse than someone saying your daughter isn't real and she didn't die. Oh, and they're all just doing it for money. I'm sorry. I really disagree with you. So we'll have to agree to disagree, but I'm troubled that you think they're even in the same league.
All along, I think he's been trying to pull out evidence. I think he's working behind the scenes. Whether anyone wants to believe that, they don't have to. But a lot of stuff has come out because of his trolling.
Okay.
That's all. God bless you.
Right. But his trolling affects her parents. And I had no issue with him until he said that comment. And everyone keeps ignoring that comment. I've said she's sus. I've asked, I'm not team Xana. I'm team truth and due process. He can do whatever he wants, but he's not allowed to go say that this whole thing's fake and that Kylie didn't exist.
Well, he don't believe
you really disagree with that?
He don't believe that.
Then he shouldn't have said it, right? So you don't punish him, but Xana gets all the heat.
No, I can't.
I'm sorry.
Ryan has got a good heart and he gives and gives and gives. He don't care about how much it costs. He really don't. And all I can say,
but this veteran saving people in the Ukraine doesn't give. I mean, I'm just confused. Like, why do you assume you know Xana and her what she gives? She's literally given service for our country. Does that not count? So she told some lies. Okay, let's imply she's told some lies. Does her service to the country, like, I'm sorry, did Ryan serve? Like, why are we disrespecting this veteran so cavalierly? It troubles me.
Why does she always have a cocky look on her face like this is just a joke?
Oh my God. Because she's from a different country. That's common if you stepped out of your bubble.
No.
You thank you for proving your bias, and this is the problem. That's why I'm slightly defending her more, because this is gross, guys. I got a problem with it. I don't like this.
Gross is
you have no
canoeing
proof
over
she
the
did
body of a
anything.
girl.
She served
What's
our
gross?
country.
What is gross is taking a
She
canoe
may have-
out over a dead child.
Oh my God, Adventures with Purpose. I saw millions of people doing it. There were tons of people doing it. But I'm saying there were tons of people there with kayaks. Do you know? She left. I'm sorry. That unnerves me. That unnerves me. And Xana, no disrespect. I don't know you. I'm not trying to defend you. But my God, I will defend your service. And I'm just sickened by some of you guys that you're like going off so hard on her. Okay, maybe she lied. Maybe you did, Xana. Okay, maybe you were going out for clout. None of that justifies saying Kylie's not real. That's freaking disgusting. Lewis, I need a minute.
Yeah. How could I follow that? I don't know, man. I mean, I think Xanamay, I'm not sure, correct? I don't want to explain for you, Xanamay, but I believe I asked you if you went over the car and you said no.
Yes, I did not go over the car.
Okay. So, but I'm sure a lot of people trying to help did, and didn't. That was the entire point of AWP, is that they found it because they have that infrared technology. So I don't know. I mean, I think people get a little blinded, by their teams and stuff. So it's hard. It's hard.
So the point is, I'm standing up for my family. That's why I'm still here. And I'm not just standing up for my family. I'm standing up for every single person that is getting bullied out of this whole situation. Not just bullied, harassed, and then going onto their pages and leaving all these nasty comments about this whole situation. This needed to stop a long time ago.
Yeah, look, I'm just running out of steam. It's just depressing me. It's like, I understand theories. I understand people getting invested, but what Ryan and this crew are doing right now is just, I don't understand what you're trying to prove. You really think she's covering up Kylie's death? It's just like, I don't even understand what the accusation is. Xana, no disrespect, but okay, maybe you did lie. Okay, maybe you're looking for clout. None of it warrants to me going out there and putting out in the world to Kylie's family that this was a scam and she never existed and isn't dead. And then he's allowed to say that and then completely shift and say, well, that's not what I meant. And we don't give him any flack. But you, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. And so I don't want to just keep screaming at irrational people, because it's not about being biased to Xana. I don't know who she is. I don't know what she did. I'm not putting my family and my career in defense of Xana, but I will put my defense for her service and for due process. Those are things as an American, I'm just shocked we're not all in agreement of. Let's get some real proof before we go and do all this stuff that we're doing. It blows my mind as someone who's sort of looking at the side. We can just not like Xana and still move on with our lives and do other things. It's very strange to me. I had Orlando for sure. You were on hold. Are you there?
I just want to clear one thing up real quick before we continue. I do believe Ryan Upchurch did serve in the military.
Did he? Okay, thank you. I don't know.
But,
I thought his fan would educate me. And if he did, then great. And then that's wonderful. Please, someone confirm. But it just seems weird. Well, then why would another person who served be so aggressive with someone else who served? I don't know. I give people who serve a level of respect that I just feel like, well, we should hear them out then and what they're doing. So people are saying, no, he did not. I don't know. But go ahead. Caller, are you there? Rando for sure?
Sure am.
What's up?
I think this is a classic example, like textbook example of what happens when people believe everything they see, hear, or read on the internet. It reminds me of that meme, the 3 Spider-Men all pointing fingers at each other. I don't know. I think I think to actually come up with these accusations that are so serious and have them completely baseless and like ruining people's lives, like for what? So that a country singer can have more views on his controversy videos. Like, I'm sorry, but like, let's be real, it has real life effects. And you know what, XanamayX, if you can, screenshot everything, screen record everything, because let's hope not, but if you do have to have a case, you want it all. And honestly, it's veering on defamation, and it's a problem. The last thing I'll say is that I think at the end of the day, the big picture that so many people are missing by being caught up in this and believing every single thing somebody is saying is like, can you imagine like if her family's watching these videos about these crazy conspiracy theories? Like, this is just like, it's so disrespectful. Like, this is somebody's child, right? And like, I don't know, I'm an only child, and if I think about it, like if something happened to me and I was thinking about my parents and how that, like, it would destroy them to have people on the internet talking about these theories like it's nothing, because it's somebody's life. And yeah, I hope that XanamayX, you get through this. You seem very strong, and keep speaking the truth, not your truth, right? Like a lot of people say the truth, because that's what matters. So
absolutely.
Thank you. And then everyone's out there like, do we even know she served? I mean, you guys are rough. You guys are rough tonight. You are so hell bent because Ryan told you something and some things you heard. It's troubling, guys. Thank you, Rando, for sure. Yes.
Andy,
yes, go ahead, Xana.
This is exactly what I've been getting since the day one, since all of this started. Every single day.
Am I on the screen?
Who is there? Who's talking? Lauren? Yes, you there, Lauren?
So yeah, 1 second. I'm just on TV. My iPad died, you see. So I missed the last little
We're in a
bit.
hurry. Yes,
So-
go ahead. What comment?
Well, I need to turn that off because it's pissing me off. Ugh, it won't turn off. So what was the last caller saying?
We're in a hurry, Laura. Do you have a comment to add?
But no. I just heard she said something about Callie, and Ryan said that this Callie was Kylie and doxed this little girl that came off TikTok.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is your opinion about this? That's it?
What's that?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Lauren, for that. Raspberry Tart, are you there? It's hard to hear you. Just real quick as we try to wrap up our show. I just want to make sure a lot of people were waiting. You got you got a couple quick seconds. Go ahead. What did you want to ask?
Okay, really quick. Anime know Dodge?
It's really hard to hear you. I'm sorry. Can you speak more into your microphone or something? It sounds really like underwater.
Hear me now?
Yes, much better. You there? Oh, we lost you. Nikki's phone, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's a little muddled, but go ahead quickly. What's your comment?
Yes, first of all, I don't think that she should be getting the hate that she's getting, but she kind of put herself out there. When
Can you hear me now?
Sorry, Nikki, keep going. We'll come back to you, Raspberry Tart. Nikki, you don't believe she deserves the hate that she's getting?
No, I don't. And I appreciate her serving, and they should leave her niece out of it. My thing is to you, Andy, you shouldn't make a stream and put Ryan's name in it unless you're going to let him in. Take his name out or just don't put it in. Why put his name in?
So you could come in and watch. That's why.
Do I invite Amber on all my shows? Does he invite XanamayX on his? Like, I'm sorry, I don't agree with that at all. He's a celebrity. If he can't handle it, don't be a celebrity. It is what it is. It comes with the territory.
Would allow him in.
I don't.
She doesn't
She
wanna
doesn't
speak to
want
him.
him
I
to.
understand that. I
She doesn't
understand
want
that.
to.
I
I've messaged Ryan on Instagram. I've given him an invite. He had a public link. He can do whatever he wants. If he wants to come on, I have offered him
I'm just saying
an invite.
in the screen title. So
No,
you should
I am
let him-
sharing my opinion on him, and it's my platform. He doesn't have a right to be on my platform. No, he doesn't. This is America. Last time I checked, and it's my channel, not Ryan's channel. He can write whatever he wants about me without inviting me, and I can do the same thing.
Title.
Okay, it's really hard to hear you,
He
Nikki.
can talk about her. He can talk about
Okay,
her.
I can talk about him.
You can talk about him.
We can talk about whoever we want. Is he not a celebrity? I'm sorry. Is he not a famous musician?
But does that
I'm
make
confused.
it?
We lost her.
Is it okay for
what?
him to talk about? You all to talk about him because he's a celebrity.
Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants. Just like I can. Him playing victim is more troubling to me. He's trying to bully his way into a show that this woman doesn't want him on. And you don't respect that?
But you all are telling them to press charges against him for voicing his opinion about them.
Yeah, no,
They've all said
for
bad
defamation.
things about
For
Ryan.
defamation.
Should he sue them?
It's not about opinions. If it's
They've
false,
all
it's defamation.
slandered him. Should he sue them?
If he feels like he has a
XanamayX,
case,
you
sure.
have stated things that are not true about Ryan. Should he sue you?
If they are untrue, he should. Yes, he has every right to do that.
Wait. I'm interested in this.
They have
What
to
did-
be.
What did she
They
say
have to be
about
untrue.
Ryan?
But yeah, what did he say? What did she say that
She
was untrue?
stated several
Zanime,
things
shame on
that
you.
were
What'd you
not
s-
true.
Could you name one? Shame on you, Zanime.
Exactly. Give us one.
She said that he stated in his video that she killed her dog. He never said that. He proved that. She made an assumption. Do you know what I was taught about assuming? You make an ass out of me and an ass out of you.
Okay.
So you shouldn't assume.
Okay. Well, I mean, isn't Ryan assuming a lot of things about this? He has no proof that any of
This
this is real.
I'm
He's
going with
assuming a lot.
Xanamay's logic, with her
Is he not-
thinking. She
but
says
is-
that
but
Ryan
couldn't we-
can't say anything about her. He can't make accusations. Then she can't either. It goes both ways.
She's
It's not a
not-
one-way street just because she's famous.
She's not here to complain that Ryan's talking about her. She's here to complain that her
She
11-year-old's
said
being
that he
doxxed
doxed
and
her.
those things.
She put her information out trying to get people to come to her channel. She did that, not Ryan. She put her
She's
Ukraine
been
video,
spotlighted.
which I'm sure it should get views because she saved her cousin and her niece, whatever, her family. That is heroic. I'm not knocking that. But she can't say that Ryan doxed her when she put her
Oh my
own
God.
info out there. She did that.
Okay. Thank you for your comments. Any final comments?
Hey, I'm here. Can you hear me? Zanime, you need to get that
Nikki?
herpes looked at on your lip.
See how classy Ryan Upchurch people are? I gave you the respect to give you a comment, and that's what you say? I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, and thank you for proving our point that you're disgusting, and that's why this is so problematic, because you're rude and disgusting. But I'm rude for over-talking her. That woman was so disrespectful and rude. It took everything in my bone to just try to be, all right, thank you. Any last words? And that's how you end it? Thank you for proving that you're disgusting. Well done. You just proved, you just walked into it. Raspberry Tart, what's your comment?
Hi, I just have really quick. I'll be very fast. Zaname, did you know Tony Dodge from Ukraine Facebook pages prior to hopping on his panel?
No.
Okay. And when you went to the lake on your kayak, didn't you go there specifically to go up to the campground because of this case?
I wanted to get to show everything, basically to show the footage.
Right. So you weren't just like, weren't just kayaking. It wasn't a coincidence that you specifically went there to go to the campground and get this footage, correct?
I was in the area, getting the footage. I'm actually getting really tired of explaining myself all the time. Thank you.
She did answer it. She did answer it.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. You got it all out?
What did you pick up on the trail when you were walking up the trail? What did you pick up?
What do you mean that what I picked up?
Off the trail. You picked something up from the trail? What was that?
I didn't pick anything up.
Okay. Okay. Another question. What made you search the map from Prosser, from Snapchat? What made you search the maps that night?
It's part of the open source, and it's
No,
like
I know.
anybody else is looking at the different open sources. I felt really bad for this case. I felt really bad for this poor family, and I was hoping that we can all contribute to find her.
Okay. And then really quick, so was your cousin, not your niece, and I'm not going to name any names, was your cousin at the party?
No.
Okay. And then do any of you or your family members, did they or you know Kylie, Sammy, or any law enforcement?
No.
That is in this case?
No.
Have you spoken to any law enforcement or any other official that's investigating this case?
No.
Okay. How long have you lived in the United States?
For over 20 years.
Okay. All right. And you definitely did not know Dodge from any Ukraine Facebook pages prior to hopping on his channel?
No.
Okay. All right. Those are my questions. Thank you.
All right, there we go. Now, the reason I've done this because I want to wrap this up because I'm tired. I feel like, Matt, we got you. I'll come to you in a second, but this show will get clipped out of context like crazy. I want it clear for the record. I stayed way longer. I'm not going to trim this stream. 3 hours, 15 minutes. So much bitching in the comments. No one brought anything that proved Xana did any of it. No one did. Now, I didn't let Ryan in here, fair, but you guys have watched a lot of his content. I'm just shocked. No one came in to bring. You had 3 hours, guys. You had 3 hours. Open phone line. No one came in with anything? I thought she's so guilty. Lewis, does it surprise you how nothing burger these calls were?
I'm just being asked right now if she's on trial. It's very.
I know.
Sorry. Yeah, it's bad. Sorry.
And I'm sorry. I am now more Team Xana because it's like you handled that like a trooper. You didn't need to. No, we didn't hold back. Everybody had a fair platform. But this group of Ryans is so aggressive. It's scary. Hence the title. This is dangerous. This is irresponsible. You cannot prove she did it. You're allowed to have your theory. You're allowed to not like her. You're allowed to think she's sus. You're allowed to think she's lying. But oh my God, guys, pump the brakes. This is going to go down a dangerous path if it continues. Mark my words. You guys are going to be responsible for something yourself by having this go too far. Everybody needs to take a deep breath, relax. And Lois, go ahead. Final thoughts as we go. And I'm going to go to Xanamay and Matt.
Final thoughts, man. I'm going to go live, get the overflow of this because I know people want to talk a little bit more. And I'll just be on for like 20 minutes, Andy. And Xanamay, nice to meet you and stuff. And everyone who called and everyone who was respectful in the chat. See you on Nerd Report. Talk to you in a bit.
All right, we'll send you over to Nerd Report. You guys can keep the conversation. Xanamay, well, before I ask you for the final thoughts, there are some. I'm going to try and speed through a couple of these comments while I can. But Matt, I just want to give you Matt. Welcome back. Love you, Matt. Thanks for calling. What did you want to add here? Are you there, Matt?
He's muted.
You're muted, Matt. You got to unmute.
Hey, Xanamay.
There we go.
Finally got it unmuted. I don't know. Is it true Elvis stuck a big metal hooba jube up your butt or something? I mean, all this crap that's going around. It's ridiculous. I mean, how did you get these certain bruises on your arm? Well, you're kind of trained in the military. You'd think they would teach you how to fall. And that, like, it's just a load of crap. I'm copying it as well because I sent a couple of YouTubers like Grizzly video footage of the back of a 2013 Honda CRV, the exact model that Kylie had. And everyone was like, what makes this guy such a professional? Because I went and got video of the exact same car. So just ignore them. It's good that you're just trying to put out, set the record straight, but they're never going to listen. Once they get their conspiracies in their head, that's it. You're done for. So, yeah. Move on to the next one.
It's sad.
It's going to be another
It's
Chris
hard
Watts
to, I
case,
get
I
it.
think.
Yeah, it's true. And it's hard, but I think, yeah, the key here is you're probably going to get some flack and people trying to clip the hell out of this. But I think you said your piece. They had every chance to come at you and they didn't come with anything useful in my opinion. Just a lot of, well, you said this and you said that. So what? It's just, I don't even, what does that mean? Well, you said something, Xana, but then you said it like, okay, maybe you're being forgetful. Maybe you're lying a bit. It still doesn't connect how you weren't there that night. What the hell is the theory? I don't even understand what they're trying to accuse you of being involved in, aside from maybe, not being truthful to us. And it is what it is. I'm gonna even it out with your service, and I'm good with you. So I got no beef. Before I get to you, Xana, thank you so much for your military service. Much respect for that. Came in from Chris Neal. Francesca says, you're deleting my comments again. Well, you're clearly not watching because I told you why. You used her full name. You didn't need to do that. You don't need a name. Her name is Anamay. You're just trying to put more of her personal information out there. And that makes me uncomfortable. So I did that and I said it in the comments, but you guys don't listen. You just want to all spin it to your own narratives and play the victim. It's really scary. I got a lot of comments I'm going to try and go through. I'll see if there's any important questions to ask you and then I'll try and breeze them if you want to go. But Xana, anything you want to add or respond to that as you've seen this, since the floor is yours?
Yeah, I just wanted to add that I did not try to get out there to be famous or anything. Ryan made me famous. Ryan has divided all of this by dragging my name, by dragging somebody who's not a famous person or not a musician or anything. Just kind of wanted to put it out there.
It's true. It's true, Ryan. You have put the spotlight on her and you made her now popular, and it's weird. It's weird. Zen says, I personally don't believe Xanamay has anything to do with Kylie going missing and think Ryan is going way too far. But I would like this cleared up. I want to confirm it again. I see it last a lot. Did you have any friends or family attend that party, Xanamay?
No.
There we go. It's been said. I don't know why we have to treat you like you're on trial, but they are treating you like you're on trial. And she said it now multiple times. So I don't understand what the big gotcha everyone is trying to go. Let's see. Faith is a fellow who actually needs to tell the truth right now as to why she went there. Just be honest about the trip. That's my hang up with her. I mean, we had a caller confirm it's a very popular spot. She's answered it. I don't want to keep asking her the same questions we've already answered. Ryan King Bob says Ryan was not in the military, but another person with the same name was. I looked it up. Okay, so Ryan did not serve. Whatever. It's still disrespectful if he did. Marie Turnage Jensen, peace to Kylie and her loved ones. We'll miss her forever. You're right, Andy from Alias. What about Kylie making up? Kylie, you all making money. I bet Ryan goes live right now after. Okay. This is my job. I make money. I don't hide it. I'm not going to be shamed by you guys that I should do my job for free. Do you guys do your jobs for free? This is my job. I'm sorry if you're jealous. But yeah, all topics are the same and I don't turn it off for anything because this is a show that, requires energy and gear and people. So that's how it works. Drama says Ryan implied she had something to do with Kylie's disappearance while simultaneously saying Kylie isn't real and doesn't exist. I know. Doesn't that bother you, Xana? He literally is, even Ryan himself is throwing out competing conspiracy theories. You're involved, but then she doesn't exist. Which is it?
When one gets thrown out, he finds another one. Don't worry. We're all in it together.
Yeah. Pocket full of changes. This is how society is nowadays. It's insane. People feel the need to just be right out and fight. No more empathy anymore for anyone and anything. Megan says, thank you for your service, Anime. Leave Ikamel out of it. Xanamay, please stop mixing your words up. Does look like lies, but doesn't prove she did anything criminal, guys. Miss Heather, what about the Nicole girl that told the judge court that Ryan, his friend, kills people and buries them in his yard? His words, his video a month ago. What? Ryan said that? I don't have proof of that, but that'd be awful if he did. Caddy says she's European. It's not smirking. It's cultural. Primal says politicians don't get this much heat for lying. It's true, sadly. Kimberly Ashcroft, if you refuse to let Ryan speak, you should take his name out of the title. We already addressed that. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, boo-hoo to Ryan. So sorry. It's my opinion on him, and I'm an opinion channel, news channel. They're trying to, wow, they keep putting your name. All right, I think I've got through the bulks of it. Everyone telling me I didn't do my facts. I made that very clear from the beginning, and you're getting a lot more support in here. So a lot of people want to thank you for your service and say thank you. Please get an attorney and sue for slander, Xana. Callie says, how can people support you, Xanamay, if they would like to? What are the best ways you'd like to send people to support you in case you do decide to press charges or move on? Where can they find you?
They can find me on my YouTube.
So let's plug that for you guys. Xanamay is on YouTube. Thanks to Ryan, she has now even more subscribers. And there it is. So you can support her and see more content there. You don't report on this stuff, right? You talk about other things on here, correct?
I do. I started doing the natural disasters.
There you go. So you're not even trying to get in on this drama. You're not even monetizing on it. Good to hear.
No.
Because why? What were you going to say?
Because I'm emergency manager and that's what I do. So I wanted to put out a lot of content about the natural disasters.
Well, amazing. All the work that you do. I see, sorry, I want to end this, but I'm just really quick. Did Xanamay help make up Ronnie help Ikamel get views? No, I know Ikamel and I'm confident answering that question for her. That's ridiculous. Nicole says, just want to say much respect for allowing Xanamay a safe place to speak. We deserve a voice. Yeah. But Ryan doesn't agree. Ryan doesn't think so. He needs to comment and everything. Alias, you're right, Andy. Thank you so much for that donation and support as well. And there we go. A lot of people wanted to get in. I'm just making sure I didn't miss any daring questions. It's all just comments and some thank yous. And yeah, all things she addressed. I feel like we addressed all the things that the comments have asked. So thank you guys so much for it. It ended up being a lot more than I can handle, and I do need to go. If you'd like to continue the conversation and ask Lewis, you can go on over to Nerd Report next. He will be streaming. We're going to redirect you over there. You can continue this conversation. Xanamay, I just want to thank you for coming on. I'm sorry this was unfair. It really was. The more I sit back, I wanted to offer you an opportunity to speak, but it became a trial, and I didn't mean it to be. But at the same time, I think you did really well today and not being afraid. You answered the questions. I didn't feel like you were wavering. I don't know your previous answers. People will probably clip you and try to make it about that. But if I were you, I would just log offline and focus on all the other stuff you do for a little bit and don't let the haters get to you. If you did nothing wrong, you got nothing to worry about. However, if you do have the opportunity to pursue legal charges, if you think he's really done things to defame you, I do implore you to look into that. Any final words or thoughts to the audience that's watching before we wrap up?
Yeah, so I wanted to say I'm literally here to defend every single person that's been harassed and doxxed and everything during this whole situation. And I'm here for you and really wanted to provide my support as much as I can. And one of the reasons I kept all my comments up on my page, I wanted to see how much hate all of this is bringing to everybody and how much hate is coming out of this particular group. And I wanted to thank everybody who's been defending me out there. And like I said, I'm here protecting my family. And thank you, Andy, so much for doing this.
Yeah, no, thank you for taking the heat. We're all going to face criticism, but I also see all the love, and I'm going to focus on the love right now because sometimes we got to agree to disagree, folks. I'm going to end though with Becky here saying, Becky says, you're amazing and strong, girl, and thanks for standing up against Ryan. It's about time someone does. And I got to say to Ryan, I DM'd you on Instagram. I'm going to check again to make sure you didn't reply. I've told you on the show, if you'd like to address it or come on, if you feel like you need some extra time, just let me know, dude. I was not trying to keep you out of the show. I just want to respect my guests. And I understand why she doesn't want you here. You've been hammering her pretty hard, I feel like very unfairly without any actual evidence, just hearsay and speculation things that you're putting out there. I think you should be better. And what you said about Rodney being not real, that's my beef with you. It's gross. I wish you would really just own that and correct it and say that was bullshit because she was. And a lot of us got really deeply offended by that. And I'm really deeply offended that you keep hammering these people so hard. You got a really big channel. You're a big, popular person. Why are you doing this to her still? Like, what are you doing? You made your point. What is the end game here, dude? What is the end game? I don't get it. Okay, she's suspicious. Great. We heard it. Can we move on to something else and actually try to solve the case instead of you keep asking who's suspicious? I could make you suspicious. I could make anybody suspicious. That doesn't mean it's evidence and it's factual, guys. We live in America. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. And XanamayX is here too. So thanks to XanamayX for being here, for being strong against all that. Bravo to you. Thank you guys for watching. Let me get the link over to Nerd Report to make sure it's there so you guys can get redirected to him and keep the conversation going if you really want to. I definitely want to go take a break from this computer because that was intense. But good for you, XanamayX. Let's see here. Nerd Report is up live, continuing this conversation. So there it is. You guys can go call in and get your thoughts in there. Just adding the redirect here so you guys can go support my man Lewis. Thank you so much, Lewis. Go see Nerd Report. There it is. You can go support and subscribe to Nerd Report as well. And if you haven't already, I want to consider supporting what we do here, standing up to bullies when we need to. You can consider hitting join. Hit that, pick a tier, hit join, and you'll be supporting the channel and getting some perks and watching replays. I'm not going to trim this one. I'm going to leave this one up just because I don't want to be accused. So it'll be there. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you again to XanamayX. You can find her over on YouTube at XanamayX. And we'll be back live tomorrow here on Popcorn Planet. Bye, everybody.